dream gig TV show is somebody to follow me across the country, and I can walk from Maine to California and like interview people as I walk from Maine to California. Like that's my fucking dream.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I walk 25 miles a day during the summer anyway, so it wouldn't even be a big deal for me to do it. It would just be me doing what I normally do, but leaving where I live. But even then, if the earth is flat, it doesn't fucking matter at all.
It makes it easier, really.
True.
You're not gonna. It's not as much work on your legs.
I wish flat earth meant there were no hills. Look out. All right, here's Kyrie.
You said you're joking, and then you weren't joking. So which is it?
Okay.
Good start.
You know what it was. You fucking know. When he said he was joking, it was to get people to stop bugging him online. I've apologized before. You know, I've had to apologize. The only real way to fucking do it is to just be like, you know, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
It's easy.
Yeah. Don't say you're joking, though. Like, I think I was joking is bad.
That's hard.
Yeah. You said you were joking, and then you said you're serious. Why didn't he just stick with joking and then sit at home and be like, the earth is so flat? He's not in public.
Well, I mean, hopefully after this, I'm done answering.
Good. Let's clear it up for good. You never have to be asked again.
For good. I mean, people are going to ask me regardless, but
I think this is really funny because now he's in the same situation now that he was in 2018 when this happened.
I mean, I'm just searching his name and the phrase flat earth on Twitter, and it's just constantly people are talking to this guy about being there's no living. He actually probably, instead of apologizing, he should have like tripled down on it and could have been like, he could have gotten like speaking gigs or something. He could have written a book. Oh yeah.
One of my dreams in this whole world is like I'm telling you all my hopes and dreams, I guess. One of my ideas.
That's the power of the apology, really. It opens you up. And
one of me and Brett's ideas very early on was to make a website for Street Fight that is a libertarian website where we just say that we're libertarians, and it's got all this info. We would record a couple, like 2 or 3 fake libertarian podcasts, so that if you click the link, it would play a libertarian podcast so that we could get hired to do libertarian conferences and then goof on them on stage. But very lazy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so fun to convince people you're a libertarian and then do conferences and fucking.
Yeah, or even just like upload the same episodes, but with just like different title, different SEO, and send it into libertarian podcast world and see, maybe they'd be into it. Maybe you could just trick them that way.
I've been playing out a lot of hypotheticals in my mind. I've been writing your name down next to mine. Been imagining all the things you and I could do. I've seen all the possibilities in my dreams. You're alone when you should really be next to me. Baby, let's not wait and see. Immediate action isn't necessary. It's a fatal attraction. It's a little scary, but I got a plan of attack.
Patriot Takes is like a really stupid, like it's like a making fun of liberals, but like, or making fun of conservatives, but in like a really crummy, not funny way.
Like the libs of TikTok guy, right? Like it's
Yeah. No, it is it is there. It's like the Krasensteins if they were doing like The Onion.
I was about to say it seems like something run by the Crass. It says they're partnered with Midas Touch, and I recognize that name. I feel like that's like Krasenstein adjacent, maybe. But that's
It
one of
is.
those like what is it? Occupy Democrats, which is run
Yes.
by like a different set of identical twins from Florida, apparently.
No,
Which is so
they got in trouble last week. Occupy
really?
Democrats did.
I didn't. What did they do?
They didn't apologize
Oh, okay.
because they're so like they don't care. But they what they did was they outed somebody's daughter, a Republican politician's daughter, and or that they had been outed, and they started like hitting her with shots for like being like gay and having conservative parents.
Right.
So people were like, that's inappropriate. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah. The Krasensteins are apparently in like a big like Bitcoin scam thing right now, or some sort of NFT thing, which is like the least surprising thing ever. But it's like a website called like BitClout. And
I've heard of it.
that's their big thing right now. Yeah, I need to kind of delve a bit deeper into it because they really fell off the map the past like 2 or 3. Did they get banned from Twitter? Am I
Yes.
missing things? They did. Okay.
Yeah, they got caught making extra accounts.
Right, because they were like pretending they were like posting as their wives or something, which is so good. Oh,
They were also,
guys.
I think they were also like responding to themselves, you know, where they were like, oh my God, Brian Krasenstein, you're fucking crazy for that one.
Right.
And it's like him doing it.
Yeah.
I love guys like that. Is like that is like one of my favorite kind of Twitter, like huge, like they always have like 6-digit number of followers, but they're following 7-digit amount of people, and they fucking have a bunch of different accounts to gas them up all day. I love that.
Yeah,
that is
that or
smart.
when like a politician replies to themselves with like a sock puppet account, but like forgets to log out of their main account. I think there was that one guy from like Pennsylvania, I want to say, who
Took Mother's Day off.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, what's going on around
Here, because dads don't
Things are
matter anymore.
different.
Yeah, I guess dads just aren't nobody. No
Dad's
more.
third place, bronze trophy.
Yeah. My wife went to her parents yesterday, and that was fine. I mean, look, I ended up having a really great Father's Day. I have next Sunday off for Forbidden Door, so that's nice. And, you know, I got to go pick out my own Lego set.
Wow.
That's what they
What a
First of all, I was
wonderful
up for 4 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes. What do you want for dinner tonight? I don't fucking know.
As soon as you wake up, like just sitting at the end of the bed, what do you want for dinner?
I was at the,
God damn.
I was down at the Lego chair.
They've been up all morning, just been like, oh fuck, what's he gonna ask for dinner tonight? What can we end up with? Is it gonna be meatloaf? Is it gonna be?
Yeah, I was the first one up actually in the whole house.
Wow.
But then my wife got up and ran in front of me to put stuff out.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you. You know, that's great. I got a new pillow because my pillow situation has been so dire lately. Because we watch TV in bed sometimes. I think I might need 7 pillows. I've decided that I might be a guy that just is a guy that has 7 pillows.
Yeah.
With 2 each.
But
My head always feels like I'm laying flat all the time, no matter how many pillows I put there.
Okay.
It feels like my whole body's just flat and horizontal. You know?
And
So I'm like,
but where do the pillows go?
they're right under my head, but I don't know
They just
what
go
it is.
2-dimensional.
I must
Once
buy-
they get under your head.
I must buy the cheapest pillows ever made. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
just
you shop by price. You're paying for pillow by the price, not by.
I just bought pillows. It feels like I bought pillows
You-
like 3 months ago.
I'll tell you, there's 19-year-olds on Instagram that are sharing the damn meme about how you spend a third of your life in bed, so make sure it's comfortable or some shit. You know, get your sleep, make sure it's well rested, spend the money.
It's just watching TV. It's so uncomfortable when you're laying there and you feel like you're kind of watching it at like a slant, like this, like an angle, but barely. I want that fucking shit. I'm gonna be like kind of like almost up all the way. You know what I mean? Like I kind of almost want to be sitting up, but I don't want to be sitting up. That's why I'm in bed. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in bed. I'm in bed.
Okay.
But I do want to see the TV.
Okay.
But I also want to be laying down, and I'm right in front of the TV.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be there.
How many pillows?
I did 3 last night, and it didn't work.
3 under the head?
2 under the head plus 1 under the head. Neck. 1 up like this, and then my neck. And then
The head and the neck are different places for pillow placement.
Yeah,
Makes
just
sense.
putting pillows everywhere. I was just like, is there any more pillows on the floor? I was like, just asking that too, because there was an extra pillow on the floor. I'm like, where's that other pillow? You using that other pillow? She goes, no. I was like, give me that. I get that. I'm laying there. And then I feel like I'm like, like my chin is in my chest. I get,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like that pillow didn't work. And then I was like, you know what? If I had one more pillow,
Yeah.
I
That's
think
how
I
it always
could
feels.
squeeze it in.
It's like one more bicycle or one more golf club.
Yeah. So anyway, I finally there's
One more
that's what
pillow.
Hot Tits 420 in the chat. I distinctly remember past pillow talk. I just bought pillows. Brookstone brand too. Was
Okay.
the one. Now that
okay.
doesn't
Now,
mean
is
anything.
that a
'cause it
name
could
you
be-
can trust? Is that quality is our guarantee. We guarantee as long as it'll last, which ain't long under Brian's head, or if it's his neck. What's the wear down of? Does your neck wear down faster than your head? Do you think?
I don't know
What's your
what to
more
do. I
crushing
think I'm
ability?
gonna just. So now,
Uh-huh.
I got the new pillow.
Okay.
I got one of the old pillows there, which I'm sure is the problem. I couldn't even figure out which pillow was the problem. That was where it was a real issue because I was like holding the 2 I had originally had in my hand and going, squeeze, squeeze,
Right.
squeeze. I was like, I just don't know
Yeah.
which one has the.
I don't know
Shit.
either. I'm confused. I'm just as confused. It's,
But now I got this
can't-
new memory foam one. It's a memory foam, right?
That's technology stuff.
And it's a Bed Bath & Beyond brand.
Okay.
I mean, and they make
Is that a brand you can trust though?
I don't know what the pillow brand is. I only know one pillow.
What brand can you trust? What brand? Going into this, let's say before you got started, what brand do you think you would trust in pillows?
I'll say this: I own
Tommy
oh,
Hilfiger for
Oh
me.
no, Psychic Gasoline says got to get back to one of those nasty half chair pillows. I will never do it. Even
A
though
what?
you know those half chair pillows that it's like a pillow with arms so you can sit up in bed. And, like,
No, fuck no. I've never got that far in the internet.
We had that. No, that's old. I had that
Really?
shit when I was a little boy.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, when I first.
Just to hold you up?
Yeah, you get to sit up and you have arms.
Okay. Okay.
It's like a chair. but it's only half the chair. There's nothing on the bottom of it. It's just kind of it hits your back. You know, it's not for your head at all. Your head, other stuff. So I do have this new memory foam, and then what I did wisely is I took the old pillow that I think was the Brookstone, that I think was the problem. I'm gonna put a pillowcase on that tonight.
See what
and
comes
see, pretty soon I'm gonna be at like an L shape. That's what's gonna end up happening to me is L shape.
Hey,
in bed.
that scores points in Tetris. I
don't
mean, every
know.
place has a piece. I'm also so my kid is in the Squishmallow generation, which I really love because
too.
those things you can just hang on to and stuff like into your crevices and all of that. I do understand what you're saying. It's really hard to get the right vertebrae lay when you're trying to be lazy and watch something and actually stay awake, but like you don't have any energy to hold your head up.
Yeah, I just want to lay down in bed. That's why I always
Just like a little lay it on a little pillow.
Yeah, people are like, you shouldn't watch TV in bed. I'm like, I got to though. That's just where I gotta watch it. I'm sorry.
No, I don't want to sleep. No, there's more TV. No.
Yeah, well, I feel like I fall asleep with the TV. Well, not with the TV on. I just turn it off.
I'm kind of like that. When I was a teenager, I would like just blare punk albums like into my ears and lay my head back and go to sleep and
Yeah.
just listen to like the Descendants all night long.
Yeah, that's how you do that. Like you really what you're shooting for is comfortable. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get really good. I want to be at like a, I don't know how to say the angle, but like something like that. Something like, I don't know, like so that
you gotta.
I'm looking at the TV, but I'm also laying down. That's the goal. If they had a periscope like in a submarine, you know what I'm saying? Then I would just lay flat and use the periscope to watch the TV.
Right. This is me. I wanted to put a TV on my ceiling. I wanted to mount it on my ceiling, but it would have to be done really well because it's like a sword of Damocles in a way. It'll like drop on your head in the middle of the night.
That's gonna motherfucking kill. You'll die.
Yeah.
From that. If there's even a slight tremor
Yeah.
outside or wind or something like
It's a
that.
rad way to live, though.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what
Live like you're dying.
I think that's exact. Like, I could mount. Like the TV's just in an odd place anyway. So it was just like. So I got a pillow, and then they were like, "Look, we want to take you and let you pick out some Legos."
Okay.
And I felt like a little boy on his birthday. I was like, well, I'd like to go pick out some Legos.
Sure.
And because I just finished my Jurassic Park T-Rex attack set.
Okay.
It's the T-Rex when he attacks.
Sure.
You know what I noticed while I was building that, though?
What?
Why were they driving a car with cups of water on the dashboard? Like, what's with the cups of water on the dashboard? I know why they did it, because in Jurassic Park...
You don't drink water?
I don't set it on the goddamn dashboard when I'm driving.
What if they're stopping to take a smoke or something?
It was like open glasses of water on the dashboard while they're driving. And I know why they're there. They're there so you can see the T-Rex step. I get it. I'm a fucking writer. I'm an entertainer. I know how all this works.
Then what are you doing? You're giving away the business.
There is just no
telling us the
reason.
secrets of Jurassic Park.
There's no reason to have a cup of... You could have figured anything out.
Dude, it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It sent tremors down everybody's spine.
Oh, I saw the
It does not matter how it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah. I'm real pissed at Jurassic World.
It's really...
When I was a young boy, I'm going to tell you all a story here. When I was a young boy back in 1992, I went and saw Jurassic Park, and my mind was blown. And it was just like, look at that. It's a fucking dinosaur, you know? And I was so excited about the dinosaurs. Now... You would see little stories in the news back in that time where they'd be like, these dinosaurs didn't even live at the same time, you know?
Sure.
Where people were just trying to be fucking
Already.
smart.
Here comes Steven Universe. What's his name?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to besmirch Steven Universe's name. He's a way better.
So I go, wow, it's really neat that there's dinosaurs in this movie. And this is a movie about a amusement park.
You also...
Where they're going to have fucking dinosaurs there. That is a concept.
DNA, like that's something crazy. You're like, oh, I understand DNA.
Now...
I'm a scientist.
In this last one, They got laser guided dinosaurs where you can hit people with like a laser, and then the dinosaur will chase them and kill. They say
That's
it's
sick.
better than missiles.
That's sick.
And they're making dinosaurs up, and that's frustrating.
This sounds like everything I wanted it to be when I was a kid.
yeah.
Like before, see, here's the thing. Jurassic Park took over when Dino Riders should have taken over. Like we went too nerdy, prehistoric type shit. And it was kind of like, oh, this has to be for preservation and for zoology. But it should have been Dino Riders, which was just putting lasers and guns on the side of dinosaurs and fighting over like magma pits.
That's one of the things
That's
that
what we
irritated
want.
me.
Just make it a kaiju movie.
One of the things that irritated me is Chris Pratt is like chasing down dinosaurs in the movie to get them to a preserve. And he fucking is riding a horse and lassoing a dinosaur. And I'm like, why don't you ride a dinosaur, dude? Why are you riding a horse? There's
'Cause
fucking
they're-
dinosaurs everywhere.
You can't trust a damn dinosaur.
Yeah,
You
he
can't
has the one
trust
he
fucking.
likes, though.
You can't trust lizards.
He
You
has
gotta
one-
be mammal. We're team mammal. So
Well, he has
I
a
can see why
dinosaur
you
that he
decide.
likes, though, Blue. He has his own dinosaur from Jurassic World 1 that he, like, trained.
Yeah, but I know.
You know? Like, you do that. And then that dinosaur would, like,
Like
fucking...
Jay Leno. Jay Leno was out there
Yeah.
like, hey.
He'd put his hand up like this.
Yeah.
Like
Wow, look at that.
and then the dinosaur would stop.
Uh-huh.
You know? So he already has a dinosaur.
Right.
Nobody rides a dinosaur in this Jurassic World. Not
Why
a
not?
single fucking person.
That sounds like going backwards, just for killing, not for even for like pleasure. You can't take like a brontosaurus out on like a tour of like a mountainside or something.
Dude, they weren't doing anything, right? Like
They
they
just
weren't
killing shit better with dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, there was that, but also like the humans weren't really liking the dinosaurs very much in the new
Yeah,
one.
they get annoying. You're like a kid because kids want dinosaurs to come back, and then you fucking do it, and you're like, "Fuck, dinosaurs are here."
Yeah.
And there's even now like a moral quandary of like, should we just shut them down again? Because like we fucked up.
That's the
and they're so annoying and they're big.
Yep. They show a scene, and it really did like grab me quite a bit because I was always like
You're like,
thinking like we could have a
did this-
Jurassic Park. Like that's what I
We did
always
this for
used to think.
amusement parks. This is for amusement parks. This is why the Earth is now split in half.
That's what I've been saying too. Is like I love the idea of Jurassic amusement park because like I've seen all the animals. I don't really care to go to the zoo, but I would go see dinosaurs, right? So I even like
Yeah.
the idea. And this movie's about how like, hey, we made an amusement park and then all the dinosaurs got out. Now when I go to the drive-in movies, a fucking dinosaur's just gonna walk through and ruin everything. And that's what it is. But they're realistic in a way because they're like at the beginning of the movie, they're like 36 people there's been 36 dinosaur incidents. Which is kind of how it would be.
Sure.
You know, I've been like my in-laws are prepping now like crazy, and they are just, I mean, really like, you guys need to get some canned foods. I'm like, I live where all the food is. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know? And they're like, it's happening soon.
Okay.
Nobody knows what it is. But it is apparently happening because of the Democrats.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't think it's happening. We haven't invented dinosaurs yet. First
Yeah,
of all,
we've
we
got a
haven't
long
even
way to
done
go.
that part.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
not,
going to be a much bigger problem.
they all think it's going down, and it's not going down. They always think it's going down. It was going down in 1800. They were like, fuck, it's going down. Everything's gone down to tubes. Everybody's fucking, you know. I don't know what was going on in 1800. Now people are dying of cholera and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in 18. I don't know any history, really, to tell you the truth.
They just like tested coins on their teeth. They like bit a coin and could tell you what it was made out of.
Yeah. I did watch a thing yesterday about this guy who figured out the greatest crime
Okay.
like ever. Filing.
How do you? I mean, through
It's a good
how
crime.
much? Yeah, I mean, I want to know how he came to this. Like, what study?
It
what
was-
training to make this designation?
It was this is the crime, right? He was filing fake tax returns
Okay,
in
in.
the early days of the internet. So,
Oh,
like
yeah.
e-filing. them
Oh,
bitches.
yeah.
So there's this one guy. He's filling out the forms.
Okay.
He's filling out an EZ. But he has a list of people that are already dead.
Okay.
And he's filing tax returns in the
Right.
dead people's name.
Okay.
And then it's hard because then you got to get them all in a different bank. So he's like doing this thing.
This is unequivocally the best
okay,
crime
so
ever.
This guy's
that's ever been committed.
This guy's doing it one way. This teen comes popping in.
Okay.
And he starts to work with them. He makes a spreadsheet that automatically fills out the tax returns and opens bank accounts. The problem was then you got to go to an ATM. And he said he'd do 10 hours of ATMs all day. You're just walking around with a stack of cards. You're just taking the max out of ATMs all day and then stashing it somewhere. But then what happened was, here's what happened.
What had happened
was, what fucked it all up.
This is why he's in jail or dead or...
Yeah, something kind of fucked it up. I'm going to tell you. The first guy that was filling them out on paper got busted.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, it sucks. And so he's like, I'll work for you. To the CIA, the Secret Service. These hackers. These fucking hackers will always go on the bad guy side.
They just want their ego stroked. They want this. They want to give in to the fucking FBI. You're the most elite hackers on the planet. Ooh, could you train me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bullshit.
Why.
Fuck y'all. Tear it all down. Destroy
I know.
it. Delete all credit. Delete all money. That's what hackers should be doing. Not trying to get jobs at like Feinstein, Goldberg, whatever it is.
I don't want to go to jail, right? And I know they don't want to go to jail. I get it. They're threatening you with jail time, 17 years or something like that.
Right.
You're like, okay, I'll do it. He traps this guy in there. They find out, okay, we got to find out who this guy is. The fucking government is like, send him an email, tell him, you know a banker that he can just put all the money. So now the FBI is, giving him the bank, and then he gets busted. But he makes $5 million. He gets away. I was impressed.
They won't let you make too much. You got to be a low down, underneath the radar hustler. Just keep it. Don't get too fancy, and don't be looking for some CIA goon to like say you're a good boy.
Yeah, well, if you get busted hacking
Or
people,
FBI,
just go to jail.
Yeah.
Don't let
Do
them
the right
fucking
thing.
get you on their team. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched that, and then I watched another thing about the Seth Rich murder. You know that thing?
Yeah.
Where the conservatives like made this guy the center of QAnon. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was pretty impressive. I did watch that, and there's some real grifters in that too, real right-wing guys. Like, hey, well, I'll give you $100,000 to help find the murderer of your son. And then, Brett, they made a dramatization of his murder by Hillary Clinton's hit squad that one of these days we got to play because it looks
What is it?
fucking crazy. The Seth Rich guy in D.C. who got shot.
Okay.
But he worked for the DNC. And then Julian Assange went around saying like he was intimated that maybe he was the one who sent Hillary Clinton's emails, but her emails. But he didn't.
Okay.
But then after he got killed, all the conservatives were like, he got killed by the Hillary Clinton crime family. They sent a hit squad after him out in the street. And then it became this thing where people were theorizing how he got killed. And like, I don't know. We have to watch the dramatization killing of this kid because it's like he's on the phone with like Julian Assange. He's like, I got all the information on Hillary Clinton.
Wait, what is this related to the greatest crime ever?
No, the
committed?
greatest crime was just the kid.
I'm
He
so
ended up
lost.
getting
I have no
busted.
fucking idea what you're saying.
The kid with the tax returns just ended up getting his ass busted, like, and then
don't
he
know.
got himself off. Actually,
I don't know who understood that.
yeah. Well, yeah, he ended up getting the tax return kid got himself out. He like went to jail and he went to prison for like 5 years, but he was supposed to be there for 17 years, and he figured out how to defend himself, and then like he ended up finding out all this technology that nobody knew. There's a Stingray. You ever heard of the Stingray?
No.
That's where the cops fucking drive around in a neighborhood with a Stingray in their car. It's like a thing. I don't know how it works, but like every single phone, it acts as a cell tower.
Okay.
It acts as a cell phone tower.
I have heard about these, I think.
And he's
They
the
take
one
them to protests and shit.
Yeah,
They, like
he's the
register people's IP and all that.
Yeah, he's the one that figured that out. Like by digging through paperwork. It's like me and you always make fun of paperwork. This dude was in prison and he was like, I need this paperwork. I need this paper. And he was like, you know, he's like, I'm just going to look through all this paperwork all the time. I don't have anything else to do.
Why not?
So, yeah, it's that guy. I just think like the tax return thing is such a move. It just, the guy was like, I need enough money to move to a country that's cheaper to stay in. And then I won't have to work anymore or whatever. And he got up to like 400 or
What is this in
$4
reference to?
million.
What is this? What are you talking about?
Tax return kid.
Okay.
He needed $4 million. He had $4 million. He could have left like at 1 million and probably
Sure.
been fine, you know, but that's how he got busted. So
Okay.
that's all.
Yeah, I saw somebody. I've seen a lot of lottery fixers. I've looked up at those people. They have to do the same thing back and forth, where like it has to be paper ticketing. So they will just be like playing these numbers. They have to go into a gas station for 10 hours a day to like play their numbers or whatever the fucking requirement of is. You know,
They can
to pull the
fix
scam
the-
off. Oh,
fix the
lottery. Yeah, lottery's fixed, but then sometimes people on the outside figure out how to fix it too, and then they get in trouble when they do.
How could people on the outside figure it out?
Don't look it up. I've wasted too many brain cells on it.
I'm getting involved in lottery fixing.
Lottery fixing's been going around forever.
I didn't know you could. I knew there was a movie about it called The Squeeze.
Oh, who did I read about? Somebody was doing some stupid ass 90s way to win a whole bunch from the lottery, and then they got everybody gets too big.
Oh yeah, 2017 hot
Yeah.
lotto fraud scandal.
That's what it was. There you go.
They'll get
Sorry,
you. man.
I'm not on my mind today. I'm not my normal self.
like that
Celebrating
big-
Father's Day.
It's like that McDonald's guy, the McMillions. They did like a 4-part doc about it, but it was like
I didn't see that.
So the McDonald's lottery thing, which by the way, I knew was fixed before it even came out, before the news came out.
Yeah, I mean, as a child, I didn't. I believed in magic, you know, believe Ronald McDonald was like a square dude, but now, you know, knowing everything as it is, totally rigged from the beginning. Somebody on the inside had the ability to pull the levers and to be like, well, at least my closest cousin can get it.
Well,
you know, at least my new brother-in-law that doesn't have any of our same last names can get it.
Yeah, because I know I know that like I was pretty fucking convinced as far as the McDonald's lottery went that nobody was gonna win the big money from Park Place and Boardwalk. They like made that impossible. There's no way that was possible, right? But there was supposed to be a grand prize, which I also believe they never paid out, because I just think people would throw the cups away and forget, and it just happens. I don't know. I didn't know how many times they paid out, but they did end up paying out because a mafia guy was fixing it. So they did end up having to pay out.
All right.
But
Well, as long as they paid.
They paid.
Either way, however you got to pay, McDonald's has to pay.
you like had to pay this guy to fix it for you. Is basically how it works.
Yeah.
He like had somebody
Computer shit?
Yeah.
One
Well,
of
no,
those
it wasn't
guys
even
that-
computer stuff. It was for real, true stealing.
No, great.
Like they went to the place that printed the lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And then somehow got involved with the lottery ticket printer guys, and then somehow got a way to get the pieces. Because like there's like several layers of security, but somehow they got. I mean, you offer
just
some
show-
guy some money, man.
Show up on a patio with a joint to spare. Just start talking about what you could do.
Yeah, I don't know how you find those guys. How would you even find? Like, I guess I mean it's worth
Everybody
a
that
shot.
works at that type of anybody that works a printing job is a criminal.
Well-
That's how you do it. They don't get paid enough money to not look for illegal avenues to make money when it comes to printmaking.
And they probably never shut up about the fact that they print the McDonald's.
The McDonald's, oh yeah, they tell
Monopoly.
everybody.
They probably have never
They're like, you can't buy McDonald's though.
Yeah, they probably never stop talking about how we print them, and you know how they do it. You know, they explain to you all the security, and then you're just like, what if we stole it? You know,
Yeah.
that'd be something.
For sure.
Yeah, I love the idea of ripping off the lottery. I mean, it's a goddamn ripoff as it is. I just realized today that like by the end of this year.
Yeah, I like to keep ripoffs going because I just want to get higher into the ripoff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, at some point.
It means you can get in there. It means eventually I could get into that top Kentucky Derby purse money, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Weasley, do a Tom Sexton your way into some Kentucky Derby winnings.
Yeah. I just realized I'm going to be able to go to the casino with my kid in like 4 months.
Yeah.
So now we can.
They're so excited to hear you say that.
Now we can do family trip.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
None of this B crap.
Yeah.
Of saying we're going to go to the casino. Now you get the whole family together.
come.
We go have a steak at the final cut.
Yeah. The whole family experience.
My
You need a fart mic. You need a producer Dan fart mic now.
that thing is.
For Father's Day, that's
Yeah.
what we got you. Everybody chipped in. We wanted you to have it. It's a producer Dan fart mic.
Yeah. I've seen him do the fart mic.
Oh, I'm
few
jealous.
times. Yeah.
I've only
He's a gross son of a bitch, that guy.
only known it in person.
No, you got my you got my big giant nasties. If anybody in the chat has listened to Holy Boys this week, what do you think about Teen Mania, where they make teenagers eat cat food, roll down a hill, and if they throw up, they have to eat the barf?
What is that?
It was a Christian summer
I didn't
camp.
listen to it yet.
So it's a Christian summer camp
Okay.
where they put the best Christians through a boot camp, and these are teenagers, and they fucking make them eat cat food, like a can of cat food.
Okay.
Then roll down a hill through bars.
Our
'cause-
seniors eat that. So
Yeah, I know. That used to be considered like a really bad thing. Like, so they have to eat cat food, then roll down a hill, and they're rolling through other people's barf because everybody barfs. You're rolling down a hill after eating cat food, and then there's video of a guy saying like, if you yak that up, you got to eat it. If you, it's for Jesus, and it was
All right. That sounds good.
Oh, okay. Teen Challenge did it too. Yeah, they do like
it's like fish gravy. I've eaten dog biscuits before.
Yeah,
It's not that.
They based it off of the Navy SEALs training, not just boot camp.
This
They're
is for soul armor.
Yeah.
This is for
I
you-
don't know what they
to
can talk-
protect you from the rest of the world. We're going to degrade you,
Yeah, you could talk.
treat you like garbage,
you
and
could
then
talk-
build you back up in the image of Christ. Sorry.
I mean, you could talk any Christian parent. Like that's where the deals are, right? Because like if you open like a teen summer camp, then even if it sucks, it doesn't matter because the parents are going to make their kids go anyway. Like
Okay.
it doesn't even have to be good.
True.
It could be like
It's compulsory if you're in like a weird enough religious group.
yeah, they're making them work at a call center and shit.
Yeah, or like, I mean, some of these like southern places where it's just like their social life, you know?
Yeah.
You have to go to these weird fucking camps.
Yeah. Ugh. I never went to camp. You ever go to camp when you were a kid?
No, just school mandated.
Never. Well, I did go to that one. That one was fun. That's not mandated. That's just if you didn't go, you're a weirdo.
Sure.
I did go to that one, but I never went to summer camp. I always hear these New York people that are like, so 1 year in summer camp, and I'm like, that's the New York thing.
Yeah.
That ain't something people in Ohio do.
I mean, yeah, it's I never. Even my kid now, I'm like, I don't have the money for that. I mean, summer camp that's like some bourgeois fantasy.
I don't even know where one is or where to go.
Or how to afford them. I mean,
I know.
there's so many of them. They want $1,000 a week to watch your kid. You
That's
know,
right.
if they're taking them over fucking goddamn night, you want to have like at least medical staff on hand. You
Yeah.
know, like so you're several $1,000s deep. It's a matter of like it's not a matter of intent. It's a matter of money.
Yeah.
We all want a place we want to send our kids away for 3 months. Every single one of us that just got our kid out of school
My dad
wants
did
them to
that.
go back. Wants them to go to summer camp and learn about themselves and ride horses and make fucking arrows and and stay away from us. And I'll give you $12,000 a month to do it. If I had it. If I fucking had it.
Yeah. Ohio
if I fucking had
summer
it on
camp.
me. If I had it on me right now, I would spend it.
Yeah, because when Gwen was a kid, you know, a lot of her friends went to summer camp, but I'm like,
you fucking played it. You got the worst house in the best neighborhood.
I did.
It's like the worst way to. Your kid is just looking up the whole time, and then they're also acting like they're broke too. But it's like you're not broke. Like you're never going to be broke. You're making me madder the day you suggest that. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you know,
My kid too. So I'm talking about my kid. Not
trying to
yours.
explain to him that like you're trying to explain to him like you got it so good, and I know. I spend my last penny on you. If I had asked my parents to spend their last penny on me, they'd have told me to fucking eat shit.
Yeah.
I had to fucking mow the grass in order to get to go see a movie. Like, I'd be like, can I go to the movies? And they'd be like, mow the fucking grass and we'll give you the money. It's like...
Right. Way
fucking-
different. Different
yeah.
times.
I tried to explain to her one time, like, you know, and this makes me sound old as fuck, but I swear to God, it's not that bad. I am old.
Yeah, we're old. We're
My allowance when I was, you know, all the way up until I could get a job, which was at 16.
It's really just dads. It's not even old. It's just being a dad.
Yeah. My allowance until I was 16 was $8 every 2 weeks. That was what I got. Plus $15 for lunch. Sometimes 10. It just depended on where they were at. Sometimes they'd be like, we can only give you all $10 this week. And of course I smoke, so I spent $2 right off the top on a pack of smokes. Now we're looking at having like, you know, $16 to last me 2 weeks. Now my daughter,
I had school lunch. That's all I had. No
Oh.
extra money.
we didn't eat lunch. Like, we didn't pack lunch. Like the way school worked when I was coming up is, you could either pack or buy 1st through 5th grade. And then when you got to high school, you couldn't pack. It's just,
You had to buy lunch.
you just didn't want people to see you packing a lunch.
Okay, so it was, you said it was,
From 6th grade to 12th grade.
you had to do it or else people would make fun of you.
Yeah, from 6th grade to 12th grade, it was just
So
like,
that's
you
a
know,
rule.
I'm not bringing
It's the
it back.
law. That's where in Groveport, Ohio. Look it up. That's one of the laws.
Well,
like,
you-
don't do that. Just don't do it, man. Just put that brown bag back. Go spend some money in front of everybody.
I
At
just
the
remember
salad bar.
I remember people getting savagely in 6th grade. People getting like, "What are you eating over there? What's that shit? What? Do you bring your lunch? No, you got to eat this crappy food." You know, because the food sucked, but you could get like a milkshake, and then that'd be your lunch.
That counts. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just really like you just when I came up, you even if you got free or reduced lunch, that's what you eat. You don't bring anything from home, ever. You need to get it from the cafeteria or everybody will. It's just not going to be a fun time in school for the rest of the time for you. So when my daughter was packing lunch in like last year, as early as last year, and she's driving to school, I was like, man, you got like a real inclusive school. I kind of like the vibe there.
Thought it was hippie.
I just didn't. Just people
Kids
didn't.
bring carrot and hummus sticks.
People used to be so mean. Yeah. Well,
Carrot sticks and hummus to class. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was no such thing as hummus when I was a little kid. They hadn't invented it yet in America. I'm
Not in
serious,
your
by
neck
the
of the
way.
woods.
No, Groveport. I never saw hummus until I was like 30. What? And I didn't eat it till I was like 38 because I thought it sounded gross. I was like, what is it? They're like, it's mashed up chickpeas. And I was like, peas? Like, I just heard the word pea. Like PEA.
Yeah.
And I hate peas. So, remember, I used to force myself to eat peas.
I don't remember
adult.
that. I didn't remember. I have to check on my encyclopedia of knowledge about your pea history.
So I hated peas, but I would buy them every time I went grocery shopping. And then we would make them. I'd be like, I fucking hate the peas. And then everybody's like, why you keep buying peas then if you don't like them? And I was like, I don't know what else to buy. You know? So I just buy the peas and complain about them every time. And Gwen hated the peas too. I mean, really, we hated peas, but we always had them with dinner. Like sometimes 3 times in a week. Because I couldn't figure out another vegetable to buy. So I would just buy peas. I'd go to the canned food section and I would get peas, corn with little peppers in it, creamed corn, green beans, and then French cut green beans.
Yeah.
We had one of those a day that we cooked so we could have vegetables. That's how we got vegetables for a long time. I mean...
Yeah, I'm down with that too.
The canned vegetables.
Yeah, I switched over because I started making that green bean casserole all the fucking time.
It's a weird thing to make at home for yourself.
It's good. It's mushrooms and green beans. What a better reason. So anyways, I started making it with canned and I'm like, it's the same damn thing. You just coat it with the spices. It's just how you season that shit. Yeah, and I got really mad at my kid. I feel like she betrayed me because we have a lot of like bad foods in common, and peas is one of ours, which with my ex-wife, I would be like, let's have peas with this dinner. It's perfect pairing. This is the way to go. And Charlotte liked them and she hated them, and I would be so mad about it. So we eat them all the time. That's now that I can cook whatever I want. I got cauliflower rice and tried to do cauliflower rice and peas, and she was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
She said no. She said, this is gross. And I was like, it tastes the same.
No, it doesn't though.
It's cloves.
It's like when
She likes cauliflower.
it's like back in 2000, like early in the late 2000s, when I used to go to Starbucks and they were like, I was like telling somebody, I was like, man, I drink a fucking latte and I just, my stomach just goes nuts for that first 4 hours of work. It's just gurgly. And so somebody was like, you should get a soy latte. It doesn't taste no different at all. And so I was like, okay, yeah. I got my soy vanilla latte. I took one drink of it and said, this tastes like vegetables, and never had it again. I haven't had soy milk since that day.
Okay.
I went right back to regular milk because they didn't invent oat milk yet, or almond milk, or any of the several other good milks that aren't soy milk, which I don't even know why they sell soy milk anymore. Nobody's drinking that.
I mean, most of the Asian countries are
Nobody in
so
America's
down with that.
They're not drinking it here.
Maybe in Groveport, Ohio, they're not.
No. Well, like
not
I said, they
welcome.
didn't even invent hummus until well after I
Right,
left.
just
I'll bet you there's still,
2010.
I'll bet you
maybe
there's-
hummus hit the scene.
Dude, I'll bet you there's people in Groveport right now that don't know about hummus.
Oh, well, no. There's so many good Middle Eastern spots in every bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real. That sling really good hummus and baba and all the
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true. That's
and
true.
crazy fucking good bread and za'atar and all that shit.
I do like
They
the
do
bread.
know,
Yeah.
I think.
I almost went heavy on Gold Belly today. But I already spent a bunch of money on.
Don't waste
I
your
wanna
money.
do
How about
Gold
you
Belly.
support people in your fucking town? Like, listen to bands from your own town.
I want to go.
Stop going to these fucking Food Network stars and stop going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to tell you what's good.
Well, I don't do that, but I want to try Gold Belly.
Fuck Gold Belly. It's a waste of time.
I'm sure it is. I bet the stuff sucks once you make it.
Your Kickstarter sucks down so perfectly. They just know how to get a weird thing shipped. They're just like, you have an idea of some famous fucking food object that's 3,000 miles away, and we can bubble wrap it and put it in something. It's going to be like $100 extra, but we got you.
And you got to make it like yourself.
You
Like,
got to make it. Yeah,
part of making.
And I don't do any of that anymore. That is a rich people thing. If you have somebody, if you make your own food and you think that's like something to do, you have too much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it for me. Make the food for me. I'm not making my own fucking food ever again.
Well, yeah, because my thing is like,
I don't know what the fuck to cook tonight. That's why did I come here?
I don't know how to. Yeah, but I want to try like the thing because that's where YKS is where I heard it. The pie caking thing or whatever. Where
Oh,
it's
that's
like
the worst I think I've
cake
ever
with
heard.
a pie in it.
Horrible.
Or pie with a cake in it. I was like, I want to try that.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but I like.
You could do that yourself. It's they don't have any special. There's nothing special they did. It's as like direct as they say. You could just go buy a pie and put it on top of any fucking cake you want, and save yourself $70 on some good weed or something else besides Gold Belly money.
I scroll through Gold Belly a lot.
So many dads, they're like, he wants a lobster. He wants $250 of lobster shipped in. And it's like, no, he doesn't. You do.
Actually-
You want him to put on a captain's hat and fucking shuck you a claw of lobster. He's like, he doesn't want that. He wants to listen to Choices by George Jones and drink a cheap beer.
Actually, I think you're probably like the thing that got me off of it, like off of wanting Gold Belly, was today as I was scrolling through it, looking at it for the 1000th time. I saw Shake Shack on there, and I was like, well, first of all, I saw how much it costs. To get Shake Shack.
Shake Shack shipped. I mean, I've seen how much it costs to get it DoorDashed. Shipped to somebody else has to be pretty pricey.
So I saw the amount of money it was, and then I also started thinking about it. I was like, so I order Shake Shack. I gotta make the fucking shit. Like, I have to cook it.
They just they send you like a bag of their own French fried potatoes or what?
I mean, what?
Yeah, they're not going to last in the mail. There's no technology to make French fries last in the mail.
How do you? Are
just-
they fucking making the cheeseburger and then making you put it in your oven at 425 for fucking 15 minutes? Is that what's going on?
Like, it's
I
a
don't
frozen
even know.
dinner. Like it's a Dinty Moore, like frozen dinner. It's a cheeseburger from the TV, honey. I paid $350 for it.
I don't have
I
any
hope
idea.
you're having a good time.
So then I started
It's called a
thinking-
Mr. Beast burger.
Yeah, I got that once. It made me feel like shit. I thought that was a local thing, though. I wasn't buying that because of Mr. Beast. I thought a new burger place opened in town was called Mr. Beast
That's
Burger.
what Mr. Beast wanted you to think. That's why he's a beast.
I got it. It was
He's just-
disgusting. It made me feel so sick.
He's getting that money. He's getting that money.
I see it and then I hear about, but then looking at the Shake Shack thing made me think like, well, I want a cheesesteak, but if I got a cheesesteak, I'd have to make it. Like I would have to make whatever this is.
Yeah,
Like
you
how
don't-
could this be as good?
How much Philadelphia racism should you throw on it? Like you got to spit on it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It needs to have the water. You know what? The best Philadelphia thing ever. My friend's dad used to say, he's like, you know what? You can get all the recipes. You can get all this shit. He's like, it's the water. The water's different. There's just is nothing like it. It's not going to make it the same. I don't care. It tastes like shit. He thought every steak sandwich he had outside of Philadelphia was a piece of shit because it didn't have Philadelphia water. The bread wasn't made with Philadelphia water.
That's nuts. I
Loved
don't think
it.
the
Loved
bread
it.
they make is, but yeah. I was trying to figure out like how they could, I was just still trying to figure out like how this thing works. And now I'm like sort of just curious about how it works, but I'm not going to spend that amount of money on anything.
They hire people that still people still get hired as like a HR ninja at like Tech Corp and have $500 that they can just waste on some dad, some figurehead, some guy that like paid the mortgage and kept all of the subscriptions together. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like such a bougie thing to, it's such a bougie. You look at what they're sending out. You should take a look at like from what your city, what they're sending out. And like, I think like the whole thing will fall apart. You're like,
I did.
They ain't sending shit to nobody.
Late Night Slice. When I saw Late Night Slice, they're mailing that out from here. I was like, that ain't even what we do here.
Yeah.
And you know, now Pizza Hut's running around. Before we get to calls, I do want to say I'm highly offended at the Edge to Edge Pizza Hut pizza.
What?
Pizza Hut's doing, it's called The Edge, and it's just Columbus style pizza. So now I'm sort of like, should we get it and eat it and see how it stacks up?
I didn't know they're stepping on our territory.
It is
Columbus is heating up.
It's called, it's The Edge, and it's our style of pizza. But now, motherfuckers,
Yeah, because Donato's are doing numbers everywhere they go.
and people that listen to this show will be like, "Oh, that's how they describe the fucking Columbus pizza." Now they're gonna try this fucking Pizza Hut, and it's not gonna be good. We know that. Actually, I haven't had Pizza Hut in like 2 decades, but I can't imagine they're doing
the
well.
worst. I mean, I would not. I wouldn't do. I guess I would do it if you paid me for $100. I would. Goddamn, I'd eat it.
Yeah,
I would also like swallow a scorpion for the same amount of money.
I would.
We did it when I moved to Dallas. We did it, and like I had been on this big tirade against like chain pizza and all this stuff, and it was just like, it's been like 7 years. Let's just have a Pizza Hut pizza. That's all they got here. It was horrible. We took one bite and couldn't even eat it.
Yeah,
Pizza Hut is like toxic waste.
yeah, I know, but them trying to do what we do.
I know.
What our people do, what Granddad's does.
I know.
It's like, let me mail you a Granddad.
Just get out of here, dude.
Oh, yeah,
You're
we don't
sorry.
need
You
that.
look sorry, Pizza Hut. Go.
I know.
Just don't. We'll pretend like you didn't try to look like us.
The Edge.
You didn't start
which
talking
they're-
like us out of nowhere.
Which they're ripping off. They call it the Edge because of
edge
edge
to
to
edge.
edge toppings. Like they have a Donato's. There's a place called Donato's. They do edge to edge toppings.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And yes, for those of you who are like, hey, I like the crust. We got crust too.
Some places have crust.
Oh.
It's breadsticks is what they're called. If you want a big doughy piece of bread, that's called breadsticks.
Yeah.
Pizza is edge to edge.
Yeah. I mean,
My kid hates fucking crusts of any. She even on like Ohio pizza, she will nibble down to like if it's just like a little hardened, darkened little brown spot like on the edge. She's like, oh, that's the crust, and just leaves like one bite behind.
I did that too growing up.
I love
hated
eating crust. I love
it
eating kids'
now,
crust.
yeah.
I go behind any kid's party and just fill up on crust.
People
I fucking
think-
love it.
People think I'm a nutcase because I get like breadsticks and I don't dip.
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
that's gnarly.
Well, it's like how when people get a steak and they're like, you don't put ketchup on a steak. I'm like,
Sure.
I'm trying to get that bread flavor.
Just bread. You want to test the bake and the
bread
quality?
purist.
I want to see.
I don't need nothing else.
Don't cover it up.
Hey, don't mess up this wonderful bread.
Yeah.
I don't even dip breadsticks at home that were made out of the freezer. I'm just like, they taste better when it's just bread.
I think it's a team. I think that's a team. I think that's like peanut butter and jelly and all the classics.
Well, yeah, before we go to calls, though, I'll say this. Somebody did tell me that in Oregon, they buy Donato's pizza in the frozen food aisle,
Yeah.
which indicates to me that probably in all 50 states you can get your hands on
We
a
edge to edge,
Donato's.
coast to coast, edge to edge.
So if you can get your hands on a Donato's,
It's the worst style pizza that we make. It's been everybody in Columbus will cuss you back and forth about it. Also,
But it's close.
everybody claims that Donato stole their recipe from them.
Oh, yeah,
Any
they do.
pizza place open before 64 claims that Donato stole the whole thing from them.
That makes sense. But I'm saying if you want something close,
No.
to
Yeah, is it?
It's as close as you're ever.
You're
gonna
saying
get
McDonald's.
anywhere else.
I'm not McDonald's. I'm not going to put my face next to McDonald's.
not a McDonald's.
Donato's was owned by McDonald's at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a minute, but they're not now. It's owned by the Groats.
They got
again.
McDonald's touch on them. They
Jane
got
Groat.
the cooties.
No, that's why they took it back over because they were like, "Don't fuck up."
I fuck Donato's. I don't ride with Donato's. You can. That's you.
Because this is all you're gonna get.
Don't fuck
It's
with it.
DONATOS.
If it's
Don't
Donato's,
get the
don't
Pizza
bother.
Hut stuff. If you want the Ohio
Well, yeah.
experience,
You're right. Donato's is the way to go.
Yeah. That's all you're getting there. If you want the Ohio experience, do not go on Goldbelly and get late night slice. That's an insane thing to order from here. It's like some of the worst shit here.
It's
like
slop. It's for people that are super drunk and on a ton of drugs.
the key words there are late night. They're open till 4.
And it's like a pussy joke. Like the whole thing. They had slut sauce. None of it is serious. It's just
It's
calories.
bad. They did the sauce is good though. They
The
changed
sau-
it to
they did good
unicorn
sauce.
They make several good sauces because I was just gonna buy bottles
now
of sauce, but I didn't. Like
We should be
coward.
paid for this.
Yeah, I know.
Because these people suck
You
too.
know
These
the
are
amount
like
of
big
sauces
business
I'm
count.
buying, though.
These are like the shitheads. Like these people suck. These are like the restaurant people that fuck them.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
fuck
late
'em.
night slice.
I mean, no, let's not. Well, no, I don't like them. I was just saying it's the
I know,
crummiest
but you
stuff.
just Sorry.
But they make good sauces that they sell at the store, which I have thought about buying. But now I'm
Jeez.
getting so sauce
you
heavy.
you got to pay me money.
I'm getting so heavy on sauces that now I'm afraid they're all going to go bad. I'm buying so many sauces.
I would have told you from the beginning, sauces is something you can't really get into. It's a situation you have to manage. It's going to be a different petri dishes, weird vinegar situations, molds. You're going to be maintaining like your sauce levels. It's not good. It's not a good thing to get into.
And now
you just need one or two.
Now I'm into Joe T anyway. I'm past sauces now. I have a bunch of sauces, but now I like Joe T.
Throw them all away.
I do kind of want to. You got to taste this. Taste this shit.
No, I don't want to taste your drink.
Get a drink of it.
No.
It fucking whips ass. It's peach tea with lemonade.
Okay.
So, and oh God, as far as the snack front, I'm back on the caramello. And I'm going to tell you what right now about the caramello. All of a sudden, that's big shit. You know? The stores all have a caramello display now. They're advertising. They got new packaging. Everybody's a caramello head in 2022. You know?
Because caramel's cheap right now.
Probably, yeah. It's
No,
like the
no
cheapest candy
add-ins,
bar.
no fixins, not a lot of. This is a Depression era candy bar coming back for some weird reason.
And Psychic Gasoline's like Brian buying all the sauces to put them on nothing. I put them on meat and other things that I buy. I'm gonna handle the sauces. Don't you fucking worry. So, let's take a call. Let's take a fucking call.
All right, let's see who's on the phone. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
What's up, guys? It's Bear.
Bear, how's it going?
Oh, howdy.
Bear early in the show.
Wow. You're up.
What's going on, Bear?
I know. You're right at the front for once. Hey, nothing much going on tonight. Just relaxing, chilling in a hammock. In a
Goofing,
public
yeah.
park. Great.
We're goofing off right now. It's pretty nice. Father's Day goof off. Did you work today?
Hey, what better way to spend a Father's Day? Oh, fuck no. I don't work Sundays anymore. I haven't worked a Sunday in forever.
How'd you pull that off?
I just told them I wasn't going to work Sundays anymore.
Saying,
And when
I
they
live
asked
that
why,
life.
I just responded that I was like, I'm Greek. I'm Orthodox now. Can't work Sundays. And they just
Yeah.
accepted it. They were like, cool.
I told
Yeah,
him.
write it in your little fucking book, whatever you want. Whenever you have to, I'm not coming in. That's the lifestyle I lead now.
That was at Chuck E. Cheese. I told him my mom had visitation of me every Friday, but she lived in Kansas. So I said every other Friday. I said I'd
Sure.
work, non-payday Friday.
Oh, on payday?
Yeah, that matters.
I
she had
don't work
visitation
on
on payday?
payday. Yeah, I don't work on payday. I only work on the non-payday Friday. Well, I was broke anyway.
I was trying to figure out a way to finesse not working on paydays, but Fridays are the day I make the most money when I'm doing to go. So like I couldn't think of a way to make that work and still make enough money for it to be worth working.
It's kind of overrated, really. I mean, the problem with being a person that doesn't work on payday is the amount of money you spend when you get paid and there's nothing stopping you. You know? Like if there's nothing, if I get paid,
true.
if I get paid on, like, say I get paid on Thursday, we record Wednesday and Sunday. Let's say I don't have shit to do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm going to spend all kinds of money I don't have.
Not look, but on Sunday you're back in your best behavior, right?
Yeah, that's why you kind of want to work on payday, I think. It helps.
I know. My problem is I need stuff. Like I'll have something that I need. I'll be like, oh, I can't afford that, even though I can probably get it right then when I'm broke and not buy anything else. But I'll push it off on a payday, and then payday comes around. I'm confident. Oh, I'm in the store grabbing whatever I actually need. I'll grab everything else in the world too, and then I'm like, oh, I'm broke, and I just panic for 2 weeks. I pull a full Brian.
Yeah, forget about grocery shopping. I can't. I'm never gonna grocery shop on payday. Like when I have a bunch of money, I have to eat out. I have to eat dinner out like 4 times in a row before I start saying like, man, we gotta fucking rein it in a little bit. And I have to order dinner on Uber 4 nights in a row before I'm like, we gotta eat home 4 nights in a row. Sorry. Do
you even stick to it though?
No, but I will fucking just be like in front of my wife and kid. This shit's gone too far. And every night, and it's me every fucking time too.
Yeah, you're the problem.
Yeah, because they eat eggs. They love eggs. They'll just eat eggs.
We've listened to the show for long enough. We know you're the problem.
Yeah, they'll just eat eggs. They would be happy eating eggs for dinner, but I won't. So then they're like, we'll get eggs, and then I'll order $30 of food.
If Brian insists, we got to get a full plate of sushi, I guess.
Yeah, I fuck it up every time. We did do 4 days in a row 2 weeks ago. And then we got so fucking proud of ourselves that we then did 5 days not
Oh no!
at home.
Yeah, that's that boom bust cycle.
Well, yeah, you get so proud. You're like, I fucking deserve a celebration for cooking at home. So then 5 days in a row, you're eating fucking every food you ever wanted to eat in your life. It's just
not my life.
It's painful, you know.
I'm out here slugging through 3 meals a day now. I'm making it for my kid. I've had my kid for 3 fucking weeks in a row. And I felt bad because on Father's Day, I just wanted like time to be I told my dad to fuck off. I told everybody like, this is one of those days for me. This one is for me. I'm so fucking annoyed with everything else right now.
I mean, hey, I basically was alone. We went to the Lego store.
Yeah.
And then my daughter had to work. And my wife sat outside while I played with Legos and listened to John Moxley's book.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like making like food. My kid's been home from school and I've been making like breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. It's not the same as Legos, but they are made of ingredients that have formulas you could follow that are predetermined that will create something amazing.
I want to cook. I do.
Cooking is Legos in a way.
Yeah, because last night, I was telling Brett this before we went on the air. Like, my wife was gone and my daughter was gone. I took a walk. I got home a little earlier, right? And I was like, all right, I texted them the family text. I'm going to order dinner. And they're like, all right, yeah, we're not going to be here for a while. What I end up doing is pulling a pork chop out of the refrigerator, barbecuing that up, right? And then air frying some French fries, making myself a little salad, and toasting a piece of bread. Like, that was my dinner. We're just living fucking a hell of a life with stuff that was already in the house. And
Without
then,
anybody that likes eggs around.
yeah. And then when they got home, I was like, yeah. My wife was like, did you grill something? And I was like, yeah, I grilled my pork chop. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I cooked my own dinner. Ate on a paper plate.
Yeah.
You know, I ate on a paper plate.
Wow.
I had all the dishes done. So then when they got
Primal.
home, they were like, hey, we're going to go get Taco Bell. And I was like, oh, dude, it's total. Yeah, go for it. Because I'll tell you what, I saved us a lot of money just me eating at home. Because it's usually the other way around. It's usually I buy food and they end up cooking for themselves. And then we're all sitting at the table together and they're eating off a regular plate. And I'm eating out of styrofoam that I just spent $30 on. It makes me feel bad. Like
Okay.
like a wastrel.
All right.
So,
I literally haven't been grocery shopping in so long because I cook all the time, but between like working at a restaurant and stealing pre-portioned ingredients from said restaurant, I just never pay for food.
are you
Fantastic.
making... So, let me ask you this. So, you're making chilies at home?
Okay, so what I do is I'll steal like the ingredients itself. So I'll grab like a steak or grab a bunch of the vegetables and stuff. But like, yeah, no, you can make so much stuff with the ingredients we have in a Chili's kitchen. We just don't because we're like cheap and lazy.
Yeah, you're like microwaving stuff basically, right? At Chili's, but then you can
Yeah,
There's no vegetables there, is there? Or are they like, do they have vegetables just sitting out like regular vegetables, or are they all in a can?
no. So well, not a most of them aren't canned. The only thing that are canned are the olives, really, which I keep trying to tell them not to do that. Just order some olives because it's the same price and it's worth it. But not the point. Most of our vegetables that we have, like broccoli and stuff, it just comes like pre-portioned, but it's not frozen. It's just like refrigerated. So most of our ingredients are surprisingly quality for Chili's. The reason why Chili's is so gross is because we like never clean our flat top and we put like minimum effort into anything and we hardly season things.
But
The ingredients themselves are actually pretty quality.
you could get away
It's
with,
all edible. It counts as food.
yeah. And you could get away with saying you don't
Yeah.
clean your flat top because you're seasoning it. You know what I'm saying? Like with the cast iron. Nah, you don't clean a flat top. What are you, fucking nuts? Like, you just say it like that and people will believe
It's a
you.
racing incident. That's a cooking incident. Just part of it.
Yeah.
we
There's a
clean
little
it
bit
at
of grease
the end
left
of the
over.
night for like health. But like the whole time the restaurant's open, you're eating 11 a.m. grease when you're getting there right
Yeah.
at the end of the night. You know,
Of
we
course.
clean it once
Though.
and that's it.
That's good though. I'm telling you, you can, because people are now like, I'm not allowed to use my cast iron anymore at all because my landlord won't let me.
What?
Yeah, my landlord won't let me use the cast
What?
iron.
Did they make you
skillet.
sign a contract?
Basically, no. But he said-
Basic?
do
No,
that.
there's no basically. You can cook however you want in your goddamn home.
no, they put a new fucking.
What does he do? Does he come in and do a cast iron inspection? You check to make sure there's no cast irons in the house, like illegal
Jeez.
contraband?
Them pork and beans smelled mighty good. Smell very oily and seasoned from an old cast iron skillet. Brian, I hope you
Got the
threw that
cast
thing
iron
out.
top beating down your door?
I told you, Brian, that dirty old cast iron skillet. You gotta get rid of it. I told you.
He told me that
Cops
you
come around
can't.
once a week to bust up the old cast iron skillet.
Hey, new grease, everybody. New greases.
It knocks on everybody's door.
Yeah.
What are you guys cooking on in there lately?
Yeah.
What's going on over there? My stove broke not too long ago. So he went and got a new stove. First he tried to fix it, which was an insane
Never.
thing. It like the inside of it lit on fire.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the
Ew.
inside of my stove lit on fire.
What?
I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
Oh, I was
but,
gonna say, wow. Yeah.
but I did get a text like the inside of the oven lit on fire, and I was like, oh, okay. So he replaced it, and he replaced it.
He was lying to you to make it sound good, though, because he's the landlord, right?
He replaced it and then said like, this, you're not allowed to use cast iron on this kind of oven.
Oh.
I don't It's a glass.
That's not true.
really old, dirty oven that I don't want to pay to replace.
It's a new oven. The new one that he put in, he said
The
you're not
new
allowed
ones
to do
can't
it.
handle the old shit.
They can't handle cast iron.
Is it the fucking glass top?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Is that
it
your grandpappy's grease in there? Because you're in
Okay.
a lot of trouble. These newfangled machines, they don't do it. They're high efficiency. Grandpappy's grease was not high efficiency.
Here's the thing. He's kind of right. He's semi right actually. You can't move them while they're on your stove, right? That's the kicker. It's
Yeah, I mean, they're a
little
fire
piece
hazard.
of advice from a Georgia redneck guy who's 98% of his cookware is just cast iron. You can't move it while it's on the glass top stove or it'll shatter. So you got to just as long as you put it there and leave it there, it's fine. But if you move it, it'll shatter, and it's like a major problem.
I mean,
There
I'm
you
not
go.
moving the thing though.
You shattered your whole fucking stove?
No, I haven't used it because he told me not to use it no more. So my wife put it away somewhere where I can't find it. Because the second that he said you can't use it, I got home from whatever I was doing that day. My wife goes, "You're not allowed to use cast iron anymore." I was like, "Oh, bullshit!" But now I can't find it.
I've never heard of a nice stove
You
that
can
can't
use it.
do something.
I couldn't believe it
You
when I heard
can
it.
Nice
use it,
stoves
you
can
just
do
can't-
everything. A nice one can do
Yeah,
everything.
just don't do the anxious cook move and scoot it around on top of the eye. I see people do that all the time. It will shatter your stove. It's not a good move. It has happened before. I've seen
But-
it happen.
What's the difference?
I wouldn't throw it on glass
Bear,
anyways. I'm throwing it in the oven.
I gotta tell you, why don't the other ones do that? You get what I'm saying? So
It's because-
why don't my other pots and pans bash up the fucking thing? But the cast iron.
I don't.
Elbow grease.
I really
old school-
don't know.
Old school gumption.
I think it's the grit of it because they
Yeah.
are a different texture most of the time. I think it's the grit and the weight combined, but I don't actually know because if I have my normal pan on there, I'd be scooting that motherfucker around like nobody's business. All right, it's not sitting still for 2 seconds. But if it's a cast iron, it's bad news if you move it.
Psychic gasoline.
I run 100-year stew in mine that I've had going passed down to me for millennia.
Well, you told me about it, but
yeah,
now
I
I'm
just keep on going in the back corner at all times. Just throw some shit in.
Psychic Gasoline says my electrical box has a note on it to call the landlord before I touch anything. I don't that's not fair either because it's who doesn't know how to work that? That means there's some fire hazard shit going on in there.
Wait, what?
So Psychic Gasoline in the chat says my electrical box has a note on it to call the landlord before I touch anything.
Oh yeah, I get. Yeah.
That means the landlord did something scandalous in there. If you open it up, it will be extremely scandalous in there probably because why would your landlord want to have to come to your house every time you trip something and then you have to open the fuse box up to hit the button? Why would your landlord want to have to come to do that every time? So I would open it and take a look at it because I feel like there's something going on inside your inside your electrical box because
Wizard.
Yeah, and I don't trust a lot of
Wizard. He's gotta come by and pay him every time he changes stuff. He doesn't want the tenants dealing with that.
Yeah, I don't trust. I'm so weird on landlords now, specifically in older houses, and I've said this before. My landlord's a nice guy and everything, but I have to call him every. I don't know. It would have to be every 3 months, 2 months to hit the drain in the bathroom to unclog the drain, and it's it's sitting on there's a thing over the drain, so hair can't even get the amount of hair, Brett, that gets down that drain is impossible.
You're you don't.
Impossible.
You don't know how much hair is going down the drain.
No, it wouldn't get there. I'm saying it. How would it get there? There is a screen over the drain.
Okay.
So there's a drain, and then there's the other thing, and then there's a screen laying on top of the drain where nothing can get over it. It's just so everything lands on the screen.
Okay.
It still clogs up. And you know what I think clogs it up? I'll tell you what I think clogs it up. It always clogs up after I shave my beard and my head.
It's your fault.
My hair in the sink.
What? Okay.
I don't know because I shave it in the sink. I don't shave it in. My hair's not coming out in the toilet.
The hair's not that long, is it?
That's what I'm trying to fucking say. There's something going on. That's weird.
You have a piece of shit landlord that doesn't want to fix anything or address any fucking problems.
Nobody wants. Yeah, they don't.
He's got you running circles instead and paying the rent.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
That's the scam.
Yeah, yeah. It just really, like, I don't get why. And see, I was gonna make a call to get a few things done, but I'm like, I shouldn't pay for it. You know
what?
I'll pay for it, and I won't feel comfortable asking for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna call and be like, can we have somebody inspect?
The hair problem,
plumbing, and then also I was gonna say, we wanted to have somebody clean out the vents.
You're doing this for somebody else's house?
That's why we didn't do it.
Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
We were gonna get the vents cleaned.
Okay.
On somebody else's house because we live there, and I don't know why my wife thinks there's something going on with the vents.
Oh yeah, that Groupon has gotten the hearts of so many people. It's like for $90, we'll just come and hook a bigger vacuum up to all your vents. It's suck it out to our truck and drive away.
She always sees the Groupon, I guess, because she was like, you can get it done for $55.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I think I said this on the show. I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and look at Stanley Steamer. They do that. And we could get the couch steam cleaned. She's like, oh, that's great. And then I put all the info in and all that stuff. And when I got to the checkout, it was $400. I was like, well, we're not getting the vents cleaned or the couch steam cleaned.
Yeah, they don't do that for free. I mean,
but it's always $50 when you see the Groupon.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's like, we can get all
that
done for $50. I'm like, I didn't think you was going to get that much off me.
So word to the wise, don't fall for a Groupon in 2022. Wow,
are they bad?
Yeah, they've always been. I mean, they've been a champ from the
oil
beginning.
change.
The whole thing was like con artist people that were going out of business that could get a bunch of money right now before their business went under.
Yeah, con artist. I mean, like Groupons for getting your oil changed are always good, though.
All right.
It's like borderline. You shouldn't get your oil. It should be in the bargain hunter's brain to never get your oil changed without looking at Groupon. You should never do it.
Well, here's what I do. You put it to them in the place. I just say, like, I know there's a coupon or something hanging around out there. Can you just take care of that for me? Can you put in the code or just point me to the right direction where I need to go to get $20 off this thing?
Oh, yeah. Because the getting your group.
Yeah, that's I was just going to say, that's the real move is to always ask whatever person is at the place you're going to like give it the hookup. 98% of times, if you say it with enough confidence, they'll just give it to you. Like customers ask me, they're like, you can hook me up, right? And I'm like, fuck it, your food's free. Take it. I don't care.
Don't be the asshole that plays list price on an oil change.
Oh,
I mean, these people are dancing down the fucking streets to get you in there. Do not pay. If they're like, here's what it's going to cost. You're like, no, like, at least give me the 10% off for liking Facebook. Yeah. Whatever it is, I don't care. Put it in PGOH, whatever the code is. It's not my problem. Make it cheaper right now.
You got to be crazy to pay full price. And I did last time. That's the thing.
Like and they don't care. I'm not even saying this is like being a Karen or anything. They're always just like, yeah, you're right. There's a coupon. Yeah, you're right. Value Village is running a $5 off this week. So yeah, I can give you that.
Is Value Village real?
It's a thrift store on the other side.
Oh, I thought.
But there's been a Value Village everywhere I've been. DC, Texas, Ohio. There's Value Village. They spell it with different amounts of L's. Drop the E's at the end. There's always a Value Village wherever you go.
Yeah. And they're saying in the chat you should change your own oil. I hear that it's more expensive to change that. And you got to get rid of the oil.
That's bullshit.
Is not.
It's not worth it.
It is not more expensive. I literally never went to get an oil change. This is a really foreign concept. Oil changes are a foreign concept to me. That's what I was thinking. Like, I was 5 the first time I had to change the oil on a car. My dad sat me down and he was like, "You're changing the fucking oil. Better learn right now."
It's so expensive. It's only buying the oil costs a bunch of money though. That's what I'm trying to say. Once you've bought the oil and the filter, and then also, maybe
my time,
a jack. You probably need a jack. You should use a floor jack.
I'm $100 an hour to show up to anything.
You don't have a jack?
I have one now.
You don't already have a car jack?
I have the kind of jack that like you roll under the car and you pump up. I have a good jack. I'm thinking about selling it, but I
Yeah.
have like a good one. Yeah,
Don't
I don't
sell
know
your
what.
jack. You gotta have a jack.
Yeah. Well, I just bought it recently, but yeah, I do have a jack at home from the old Kia. I did it, so it was definitely
What you
like,
gotta do.
I'm going to stand in line with I'm going to say, even as a big ass car guy, I still stand in line with people that don't want to give a fuck about cars. I feel like they we should like make sure that they are comfortable. That they're the ones that like, we force everybody to have cars. This doesn't make any sense to them. So now they just have to pay money to get it done. I think that, yeah, it's not a good use of my time, but it is like valuable skill, and like everybody needs it right now. Everybody
it's
needs
kinda
one.
fun to chill. Yeah, I mean,
It's a
gas
good
is $5 a gallon.
The problem
yeah.
is that nobody gets paid to do it. Like anybody would stand under your fucking car and change the oil all day if they had a fucking home of their own, you know?
Oil change places like seem to not pay very much either. You know, that's the other fucking issue. Is like
The whole thing, yeah.
they pay like what, like I don't remember what the minimum wage or what it was at the time, but it was like an amount of money that was like, you can make that much money working at McDonald's or something, like an amount of money, maybe not McDonald's, but you know what I mean? Like it just, they didn't pay much at all for that job, but you know, I guess they don't pay much for anything, but we should have socialized. If they're going to make us own a car, it should be a socialized situation for car care, because they shouldn't be making us have them anyway. They should be discouraging us from having them anyway.
Yeah, I had to get over that because even like seeing the way that Jason, our producer, tackles computer problems and like his bullheaded nature and the way that he can just break down a system and make it work for him, that's not something it's not easy for me to do. Like when it comes to cars and stuff, like I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't know. I can't pay attention long enough. People that do cars is like, yeah. But we're all subjected to them. They are the only way to travel, unfortunately. It's the worst setup.
They definitely are like that. That's the thing. And like facilitator 69420 said, I'm jumping into the chat to say Brett's objectively correct about this. Every time I work on my car, I break something and create a much bigger problem than I have before. And like, I'll say this too. Like,
that's fun though.
When you take apart, it's like when my laptop, 2 laptops before this one, the fan broke. So I'm fucking going out. Well, first I was like, I'll take the fucking thing apart and put it back together, put a new fan in it. But then somebody told me, you open up a laptop, you're never getting that thing back together. They're like, you can't.
True.
What?
I've taken apart mini computers, but I've never taken apart a laptop and gotten it put back together. It doesn't happen.
It can't be possible. So then
they weren't made that way.
Yeah. So then I bought like one of those things you sit it on that has a fan.
Uh-huh.
You know, but that thing kept shorting out, and I was in college and I had to keep taking the fan to college with me, and I gotta tell you, it's kind of embarrassing.
Oh my god, dude!
Be sitting in a classroom with your laptop on top of a fan.
Your laptop just dying, just the whole class just hanging on, trying for that Google Sheets, like the next, waiting on edge, like screaming.
Yeah,
and you got 2 fans going beneath it.
Yeah, so. It was crazy. Well, the second fan didn't work. One fan didn't work and it would get too hot and shut off. So I would take my little gimmick out and I would stick. You had to hook it up with the smallest, crappiest USB cable that then goes into a power cable. And then those kept breaking. I think I spent like $200 on fans before I just gave up on the goddamn computer.
Right.
I just kept going and being like, give me one of those $40 fans over and over. And like, just when I was going to college, it was like, I fucking had to really set up shop in classroom. Like, I had to, get the laptop out, get the fan out, get everything set up. So I might as well brought a desktop.
Just working just right.
Yeah. I might as well have just carried a desktop
repair
with me.
shop for it? Like for $200 in fans, was there not like a phone repair shop or something that would take it? Like, you're so I'm imagining that you walk. So what I'm imagining is that you looked up how to a place to get it fixed first. You saw the price, like, I'll just buy fans. You just kept doing that until it racked up.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just was like, I'll just go buy another fan. Hey, Kate, I got to go buy another fan for the laptop.
So what you did to that classroom was kind of like when a new friend picks you up and they're like, oh, I have to put air in my tires on the way. And you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. God damn, I shouldn't hang out with work friends anymore.
I got to stop and put antifreeze in my car.
Yeah. So, but no, actually, but those early laptops were struggling. I totally get it. Like, and their weight, they just hit a price point that was like, you couldn't let them go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And
like it was like, yeah.
It's like the fan breaks and you're like trying to figure out like
how to cool everything
if
down.
there's any what. Yeah. Yeah. You're trying to figure out like any way to fix it. And it just doesn't. It just, the whole thing was just a real motherfucker. And I should have taken it apart. That's the lesson of this story is like, I should have fucking taken it apart and seen if I could fix it and then took it to the laptop place if I couldn't put it back together. Because I am mechanically inclined. I just am lazy and also was warned never to take a laptop apart.
Big money hustler money makers do it. We pay somebody else to do this shit. I'm not a nerd. I don't know nerd stuff like that. So I'll pay somebody $60 at Micro Center to take a look at this shit, and I'll never think twice. I never think that anybody took advantage of me for changing my oil or for doing any goddamn service. It's like, I'd rather not be doing it. I'd rather not be fixing this. I could fix this computer. You want me to stand in front of this Micro Center and say that, yes, I have the ability, I have the Google ability, I have all of the computer knowledge necessary to fix this fucking computer right fucking now. I do not want to do it. Just let some fucking egghead do it instead, because they know an easier, faster way.
That's true. And they know how to fix it.
And it's simple for them, and it doesn't matter.
If they fuck it up, they got to get you a new one, too.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
If they fuck it up, it's their fault. Mochi Miss Blossom said Brian walks into Best Buy. The Geek Squad guy's like, one fan coming right up. I tried to sit in front of my box fan at one point too to see if I sat in front of it and it cooled it off, but it didn't work. I mean, I did some very early episodes of Street Fight on that thing with that fan running, and it didn't even really work that well. It's just it was the worst.
That was a computer that you probably went and said, give me the most expensive laptop I can buy right now.
That is not how I got that. Was
that
give me the cheapest fucking laptop you can sell. I need a laptop for school.
You're right.
$499. Hey, can you give me a $499er? And then I bought that, and then the fan broke pretty quickly after I bought it, and I just would go buy this like real fucking. They were like the cheapest. It would be like what you get on Amazon for the least amount of money. Yeah. Like fan platform. And every time I go to like Starbucks or something and I see somebody with the fan platform, I'm like, bro, I know what's happening, man. I know what you're doing.
$20.
Yeah. Give him 40 so you can buy another
Just
fan.
Get out.
Have you ever seen somebody who has like a disassembled laptop in their room as a desktop? See, that was my move. When my fan went out, I just took it apart, and then I slapped like a big ass old desktop fan on top of it that I had laying around.
Breathability.
From computer I took apart, and I was like, it's good. And it just sat on my desk, like completely disassembled. Like the board was out, just like sitting out, and I like spray it off with canned air every once in a while. I'm like, it's good enough. I'm good. It works.
I mean, that is bad. That's the best.
I mean, you got to do something.
Give it a breeze.
Yeah. You got to fucking do something. You need a computer is the problem. I mean, not as much now. Back then, it was like you need a fucking computer to live your life. Now I think you can live it off the phone. You don't need a computer.
But if you don't have the phone, then you're dead.
You're fucked. If you don't have the phone.
Yeah, they've made it illegal not to have a phone. They've made it illegal not to have a phone.
Yeah, no, you
just
gotta have it.
To straight up say, yeah, it's illegal not to have a phone these days.
Yeah, you got to live. In order to live, you got to have a phone. So you might as well just use that instead of a computer. I do everything I can on the phone. The only thing I do on a computer
Have you
is
ever tried to get one of the government issued phones?
The Obama phone?
Yeah, they got Georgia still has them. I don't know. I don't know where you actually apply to get them at, but I know a couple people that have them. You can get the government issued cell phones, but they don't fucking work half the time. And
They're
when they
flips
do work,
too.
You're directly blocked access to so much shit.
They're flip
Like,
phones
you
too.
can't
That's
have-
the issue.
A lot of them are. They have a couple now that aren't flip phones. Like I know one guy. It's the Blue brand Android phone, so you know it's good. You've never fucking heard of it before. He's got a Blue brand Android phone that he got from his government welfare, and it literally will block him from getting certain apps and accessing certain websites and like using more than like a very minimal amount of data. And he's like, I can't do half the shit I gotta do on here.
Yeah, that sounds fucking nuts.
It won't actually let him download the app to clock in for his job at the coffee shop that he's at. So he has to like go in every day and use a coworker's phone to clock in. It's the worst shit. He complains about it all the time. They're comically awful.
Yeah, I'd imagine they don't give you nothing good for free. Well, Bear, we gotta pick up the calls, but thank you for calling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it as always.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, we love hearing from you, Bear. Always call.
I mean,
Love
straight
you
up,
guys.
came out there as better dad than all of us, saying like, I never paid for a goddamn oil change in my fucking day.
Yeah, you did.
What the fuck? Yeah, sorry. I pay people to do some shit. I don't want to know how to do the car stuff.
I do.
I can drive them fast and look good in them, but
Yeah.
I can't turn the wrench on them. I would like to.
Yeah, me too.
But
I'm not
it just doesn't
going
make
to.
sense. It's not my thing. Not my get down.
All right, let's get this next call in. Yes, it is.
Thanks for calling Street Fighter. Who are we talking to tonight?
Howdy, it's William in Council Bluffs.
What's up, William? How's it going?
It's pretty good. Happy Father's Day to you guys.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to you.
To anybody
you.
that celebrates.
Thank you. I've got a
Single
got a
moms
baby
too.
boy coming in October.
Oh shit, that'll be fun. Boys are crazy. So
Yeah.
are girls.
Yeah.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I
Don't
just
do
sounded
that.
like an old lady
Yeah,
because
don't
they're all
do
crazy.
that. Yeah.
They're all crazy and annoying. Like people are like, boys are so gross, and I'm like, my daughter
Yep.
shit all over the place too. Like they fucking do all. They all do the same shit. That's exciting.
Very
though.
true.
Yeah, just put them in the same amount of dresses
Yeah.
that you would have put if it was a girl. Do that.
Don't make them. Don't try to get them to like your music.
Yeah, that
That's
too.
that's
a good one.
my biggest. My
Yep.
biggest bit of advice for everybody is don't try to get them to like your music. It's not going to work ever. It'll actually work the opposite way. There's like music I know my daughter would like, but now that I've told her to try it, she's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you taint it.
Yeah, I tanked it. So what's up?
Just to wait for her to come saying like, oh, I found this really great band.
Yeah.
That she used to wear a T-shirt of all the time.
Yeah. So what's going on this week?
Well, I've been very happy to hear your Habanero Chronicles.
Yeah, I did it.
We got
I use a lot of hot sauce myself, and I do recommend not going above that habanero level. Lots of people, are all about that intense heat, but once you start going above that, you're gonna feel it coming out the next day.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
How far have you gone?
it is rough.
How far have you gone? Are you like I'll eat some hot shit, or are you just like I'll do habanero and then I'm done? I don't want no more.
Yeah. For me, if everybody else is doing it, I'll have some of
That's true.
anything that you say.
That's true.
Like if someone else is gonna fucking do it, I will. For sure.
Yeah.
Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, you should. But I mean, I
Let's
watched this thing.
Suffer together.
I watched a thing on Netflix. It's I don't remember what the show's called. But it's a doc series about different weird sports, and one of them was eating hot peppers, and it was just like people who genetically engineer the best pepper, the hottest peppers, the highest Scovilles, and then the people eat it. The people eat it like plain. And then whoever eats the most of them wins in the end. And I watched this fucking thing, and there's these people that there's people that can just handle super hot stuff. Like it doesn't bother them. It doesn't seem. But then there's people like me who are like, if I do it, first of all, I feel high. When I get it, when it gets real hot, you like feel this weird high, like I don't know. It's almost like you get tired, and I always just put it up there as like eating a hot pepper is like exercising. It must be just like exercising.
I'm not a huge fan of just eating straight peppers. They get pretty rough.
Yeah, I can't believe I handled it though, and I didn't complain that much. I really handled it. I handled a habanero. I'm not going any higher. That's it. And if you people start saying like, eat a ghost pepper, they're not that bad. Eat a Scotch bonnet. I mean, come on. Don't. I'm not going to do that.
I'll do it.
I'm not eating any more hotter than habanero.
We got somebody from down south that they come through Columbus from time to time, and they will bring us habanero peppers to eat. But they said they're like sweet ones. They always claim they're like, oh, it's not that hot.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
People are crazy.
But
people
I'll eat
are
one.
Nuts. I think fucking those one things are the flaming hot. I think that shit's too hot.
No.
Yeah.
Now this is real a Father's Day podcast.
It gets people hot.
I'm tired of this flaming hot shit. Everything. Flaming hot Funyuns. Flaming hot.
I almost had a grocery store
Peanut butter,
meltdown because I wanted
cheese crackers.
I was having a sandwich for dinner the other night, roast beef sandwich I was making myself. Another dinner I made it for myself. Actually, my wife made it.
Congrats.
But I ate it.
For people keeping track at home.
Yeah, I ate it.
He ate it.
She made it.
You ate it.
Yeah, and I told her
She made it, you ate it.
I told her which order to put the vegetables. I told her how to do it.
So you were the chef, and she was the sous chef or the prep cook or what?
No, she was in the kitchen making something, and then wrestling was about to come on, and I was like, oh, I don't have time.
Yeah.
And but I have all the stuff.
I want to make this food to put in my own face. But I can't.
She made it. It was pretty fucking good. And so I was like, fuck, I forget where I was now. Now I completely forgot what I was. Oh, I wanted Doritos. I wanted Cool Ranch Doritos with my sandwich, because sometimes it just hits me where it's like most of the time I only eat fries. I don't eat chips. I'm like firmly against that.
Yeah, I hate it about you.
Yeah, it's silly.
Keeps me up. But
it's silly to eat chips when there's a such thing as fries. I don't even like going to a place where they're like, all we got is chips.
Stop
like
it.
Subway or like Potbellies. It's like, get some fries, get a fryer in here.
Why don't you hang on the lighter fare menu a little bit? Get some baked Lays or something.
Bake it in the oven. You could bake the fries in the oven. I don't need you to fucking deep fry them. You do whatever you got to do to get me French fries.
Okay.
So
just healthy French fries.
Yeah. Well, any kind. Whatever.
Just anything but chips.
Whatever's.
I rock with chips so heavily. I mean, in every occasion.
I go to get Cool Ranch Doritos, and all the fucking Cool Ranches there said Flamin' Hot on them. So now they got Flamin' Hot.
Jumping Jehoshaphat.
But that is true. I looked at them and I was like, I'm not buying those because it's, well, first I'm like, it's a gimmick, but
new
it's like
dang fangled old.
It's a gimmick.
We had all these butthole burning things back when I was a kid too.
So I was just like, I found the regular ones, but I did almost melt down and say, oh, so they're just selling Flamin' Hot. Everything's Flamin' Hot. I was standing in the aisle. Everything's just Flamin' Hot now to my wife. I was so frustrated.
Kids like Flamin' Hot. Sorry.
They're stupid. They don't like it. They're fucking daring each other.
They do it for the gram.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're like, oh, eat it. It's like those booger jelly beans. It's like they don't. It's basically that's what Flamin' Hot is those booger jelly beans.
Yeah, everybody knows Flamin' Hot, that like famous brand that's like Megan Thee Stallion hooked up with.
Bamboozled.
But the same as
they're like Bean
what did you
Boozled.
say?
Bean Boozled. The booger ones?
Booger jelly beans.
Booger jelly beans.
Yeah, pretty
grass,
much the same
dirt,
exact thing.
Puke, dog food. You seen those?
Oh, the Harry Potter jelly
Boozled,
beans?
yeah. Flamin' Hot is just that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
You're deleting whole cultures.
It's a gimmick. I'm just saying
You're getting rid of whole world like communications through food if we can't get higher than Flamin' Hot.
I'm just saying it shouldn't. Not everything.
Groveport.
Not everything. Like, not everything has to be a challenge. are extreme.
Flamin'
Some
hot
stuff
is-
can just be
I mean,
fucking Cheetos.
And some
You know
of
what
us
I'm saying?
wake up at 8:15 and can eat that and think it's a snack and
Yeah.
not be too overwhelmed by it.
I'm not. I just don't think everything I'm just saying that not everything has to have a flaming hot version.
Sure.
I guess, and that's what's going on now too. They put it in a Mountain Dew, which is I'm not even close. That's I think what broke me was when I saw my beloved Cool Ranch Doritos and my beloved Funyuns, and then just being like, well,
Everybody's hanging out with Flamin'
Flamin'
Hot these
Hot.
days.
This is gonna make me
Everybody's
feel like
doing the Flamin' Hot thing, I guess.
Yes.
Flamin' Hot Oreos coming
I
up
do
the
get mad-
pipeline.
I do have to admit, I get mad at the grocery store, but I have never yelled about jackfruit ever. That I think it's nice that it's there. I don't know how to use
No one
it.
said nothing about jackfruit.
In the chat,
Stop bringing it.
Mist Blossom said, Brian getting mad at the groceries. Why do they call it jackfruit? Who the hell is Jack? No, for me, it's like, I think I hit my limit on, especially with the Flamin' Hot, where it just, like I said, it feels like a challenge. And I mean, if you kids want to fucking do challenges, put them in the toy store. You know?
Keep them on your Sunday morning programs.
Yeah. Buy them
Make-
at Toys R Us. Go get your Flamin' Hots at Toys R Us.
Do it at the mother flipping X Games or whatever you call them.
Thank you. Yeah.
Keep that kind of radical shit on the shores of California, beach bum. Flamin' Hot is happening. You don't have to be a part of it. You can just be Mayo Dad. Be the Mayo Dad.
I don't like mayo.
I fuck with hot.
Flamin' Hot mayo.
Flamin' Hot is breakfast food.
It's not.
You're falling behind, old man.
Flamin' Hot mayo.
They
I
made
came up with
hot.
that.
BW3 went hotter than hot. Remember, you used to get the BW Hots, and like everybody at the job site thought you were crazy.
Yeah,
they got hotter ones now.
I know they.
You gave up.
They got Flamin' Hot.
I know.
There at B Dubs, they got Flamin' Hot.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. It's too much.
Yeah.
There's too much.
It makes you feel good when it's super hot out. You're like, I can't believe there's anything hotter than the fucking sun right now. And then you eat a pepper and you're like, oh my God, that is way hotter than the fucking sun right now. That's crazy.
People in the chat are
I'm
killing
hallucinating.
me. It's a bit. That's what Zach H said in the chat. Flamin' Hot's not a flavor, it's a bit. And that's how I feel. I feel like it's just a bit. It's a nice, funny, let's do it, sell it at the toy store by the trick gum. You know what I'm saying? The gum that turns your mouth blue.
Yeah, they're giving you 1 ounce of gum wrapped around like a baseball bat or something.
One fucking
Mickey
company.
Mouse gum.
That one fucking company, the Packy, somebody in the chat's talking about Pocky, and it's like, you're going to fucking charge me $5 for one chip? Get out of here.
That was great.
It was a genius game.
That's good. I mean, I recommend that. I will, yeah.
They made
Pocky,
the biggest fucking pile of money off
Let's talk.
Yeah, I respect.
I know it's the best idea in the world is just to sell one fucking chip. I don't know how you did it, but you made it. So yeah,
you did.
You did it.
You did. They will sell Flamin' Pop-Tarts, Zach. I know that.
Oh, Flamin' Pop-Tarts would kill.
It'll 100% happen.
Oh my God.
Flamin' Hot Oreos are
if you had Red Hot, get Red Hots from fucking Valentine's Day in here.
Flamin' Hot.
Give me
Red Hots.
My daughter came up on the what's the little fiery candies?
Flamin' Red Bastards.
Yes, those ones.
Flamin' Red Sons of Bitches.
They're related to Mike and Ike. They're the
Hot Tamale.
Hot Tamale, yeah. That's my get down from Jump. Like that's my mom gave that to my kid when she was like 18 months old. Send me pictures of her eating like hot tamales.
They're not bad. But if they did Flamin' Hot, because they don't
Flamin'
need hot tamales. You know? I don't know. It's just like I get a list of all the Flamin' Hot situations, and you'll be like, it's too much.
Well, I wasn't down for Dory Locos. I'm like, you fucked up if you're just gonna do these little parlor tricks. I've never been about that.
Yeah,
I'm not into brand synergy ever. It's like we already have really good stuff we've already made instead of.
So they got
y'all show up late.
Listen to this bullshit.
There's been all these people on there's all these fucking brands on TikTok have been doing their underground menus where they basically make you buy like a McGangbang sandwich or something and then watch a video on how to recreate it and shit. But they just sold you $45 in fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, I said that you shouldn't do that. Number one, you shouldn't be allowed to order I mean, if you want to make a McGangbang,
You got to do it the old-fashioned way. We did
self.
back at 2 a.m. after a show. You make one happen, and you fucking eat it, and you don't waste any part of the animal.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, we cut you off there. So you got anything else? Was there something else?
It was an important discussion. If the kids really want to challenge themselves, they should do it with something like what I've had sitting in my cabinet for, I don't know, years. It's 357 Mad Dog. It's made with 6 million Scoville extract, and one drop of it will just sear your tongue.
Okay.
Have you had it?
The thing I figured out to do was take some just normal Tabasco-like hot sauce, mix some of this in with it, and it gives me the perfect level of heat, which is still a lot more than most people want.
Yeah, you go heavier than me. You go if you're eating flaming hot, you're basically a demon to me.
And once again, most of this is just like Asian. This is just Asian cooking, basically, where like they know how crazy hot something is, and then you just decide how much you want to unleash on somebody.
Yes, I mean I like that though about Indian food. I've never gotten it right, but I love like when I get Indian food and they're like, "How many peppers you want?" I'm always like, one less than the top, and then I get it, and I'm like, too much.
Yeah,
it's too spicy. But I don't want that. I don't want to say 2. Like there's just no 2 peppers. They need to give it another name. What if they gave it another? Because that's what Wingstop does. So I don't feel bad. You know.
So they do it so you don't feel bad. They do this for you.
I think they do it so people don't feel bad.
About what?
They give them names so that you don't have to say, "Give me a 2" on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So you
sure.
just give it a name.
What's the name?
Hot is one name, but then there are several that are hotter than hot, and they just give them a name, and they put peppers next to them. So that means if I want the hot, I can just order hot and not feel like I'm eating a mild. Because I'm telling you right now, I would never order a mild thing or a medium thing in public because I would hate to get made fun of.
You're just cutting like the slimmest margin here. Yeah. You're like, habanero's too ostentatious. And then you're like, fuck that. I'm at the Indian joint. I'm like 5 peppers.
Yeah.
You're not.
I am not. You're right. I'm not. But I do it because, again, I would be uncomfortable ordering, like just sitting and fucking the person's like, what do you want? And you're just like 2 peppers. They're like, of course. Yeah, white boy. Okay, we got you. Like it's a white guy thing. I don't want to look like that.
You're just there to eat food and enjoy it from people that care about the food that they make.
Well, I don't know about that. I made fun of everybody when I worked at a restaurant.
Sure, yeah,
you know?
That's true. I mean, no, if you're a customer, you're pathetic to them.
Exactly. And I don't want to.
You don't want to ever be the customer.
Well, I want to feel good. Well, that's the thing. It's like if this show got really big where every single place I go, they're like, hey, it's Brian. He's not like a regular customer. He's one of the cool ones.
You with like a card or something? Could you get like employees? Is there like is there a way to get like a ranking system
basically
as a customer?
That's what they should do.
It's like he didn't even know he fucking existed.
Yeah.
He just came in and money was gone and like he was fine. I don't know what happened after that.
Well, I'm saying like if Street Fight got just huge, where it's ubiquitous, where it's like we're Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, we're hanging out with Bugs Bunny.
I think if I had to have my biggest dream, my dream of all dreams, it's that like every time I go to like a fast food place or something like that, when I got in there, I'd be like, man, you're the best customer. You know, nobody does it like you.
I mean, yeah, I guess that would that would really kill.
Yeah.
If every time they came in, they were like, oh, I'm so happy you're here.
Yep.
I'm just so happy so happy.
You're
one of the good
reasonable
ones.
You're one of the most reasonable customers we get.
Oh God, I'm gonna drag ass making this thing. You understand, right, Brian? You don't give it. You understand.
Well, no, you got to give me a good level of service, though.
No.
Yeah, I need a good level of service, but I just want you to know I'm like a good.
You're not a good customer. If you expect the best customer expects 0 level of service.
Well,
you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That should be the only job. That's the best customer.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I'm gonna try to be better, but I just want to be known for being better.
Yeah, you
know
want to
what
get
I'm
the accolades.
I want to be known for being better.
Do
than
it.
all the
Be
other...
about it. Be a better customer. Just
am.
spend money without them ever even seeing the transactions, and they have tips in their wallets.
That's a good point.
Just disappear. Just be like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine that I just came to
It's either
your coffee shop.
Yeah, you're the best,
either
Brian.
that or you wear a sash that announces how good of a customer you are.
That's true. No, you're right. This was like like they try to do this in apps, but we need just like a real sash to hand around the town to the best customer.
It's be like somebody told me,
Who's
like
the
I
best
go in
customer
there.
in town? This is our best customer of Columbus, Ohio. Brian Quinby is our 2022 award winner this year for best customer. He did not complain about anything. He actually helped more customers. He helped more employees on their job than any other customer this year. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, he bags his own groceries without complaining.
Oh my God, he made his own damn sandwich.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But world's best customer, Brian Quinby. All right, we got to get these last few calls, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. I got one last tip for you. If you're looking to use up some of that hot sauce, it goes great with peanut butter. Anything you would put peanut butter on, throw some hot sauce on it too. It's a wonderful combination.
Okay,
I'm down with that.
Brett will try that. I'm staying away from the hot sauces right now.
There was
Going for flavorful sauces.
Of course, that's how you people that can't handle it. I'm here for the flavor. I put a U in it.
Yeah, flavor.
I don't. The heat.
Good talking to you guys.
It's so macho.
Yeah.
It's so toxically masculine. I hate it.
It's good to talk to you. Thanks for
What
calling.
about a good white sauce that doesn't bother anybody?
I don't like
a little
white
bit of
sauces.
zest.
Yeah.
You don't like white sauces?
No, I don't eat. I only eat ranch. That's the only white sauce.
Ranch
I'll eat.
counts
The rest
as
of
one.
it's gross.
That's your dirty little white sauce.
All right, we got 15 minutes. We got to tear through the rest of these calls.
Yeah, we got 3 more to go.
So I'm trying to get home, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm trying to get there. I got a big haunted house Lego set.
That's what everybody wanted to know.
Oh, I got the big haunted house.
Nobody
Yeah.
told. Nobody had. Everybody was wondering what your
Well, I got the
Father's
haunted
Day
house.
gift was.
It's the most expensive Lego set I've ever bought. It's a huge haunted house that does all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. So everybody get ready. You'll see a picture of my haunted house in like 3 weeks.
and I'll be selling it on eBay in 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next. Wait. Where'd they go?
I don't know. Did all the calls?
Oh, they're
hang
back.
up?
All right. Sorry. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight? I got lost.
Hi, I believe you're talking to me. This is Beans or David. I live in Utah.
What's up? Oh, Utah.
Hey, Beans.
Yeah, I heard Brian talking a lot about some Mormon shit lately, and as a guy who used to be into that, I thought maybe I'd call in and ask some questions y'all might have. If you're
You
interested.
used to be. Were you like a
Set the
Mormon
record
by
straight.
choice, or were you Mormon like because your parents were Mormon?
It's God. It depends on if you ask me or my parents, because like you grow up Mormon, you're technically supposed to get baptized at 8 years old, right? But I didn't do that until I was 9, so I wasn't considered raised in the church. I was considered a convert.
See, I'm out already. I
So-
say none of this. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I can't be a
I don't get that.
second-class
I don't
citizen.
give a shit about that.
Yeah, you're now you're making me a second class citizen. I've fucking been down with Mormonism from day one of me being born, and now you're like I waited an extra year.
8, 9, 10. Who gives a fuck?
Now Heavenly Father thinks I'm less than. Might not even get my own celestial planet. For Pete's sake. So you're basically like you grew up. Your parents were Mormon. How long did it take you until like you're not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess the question is like, because you said you used to be into that stuff. Like, at what age did you decide, like, no? Because that's the thing I've been very curious about lately.
Well, it's kind of tough to say because there wasn't like a hard no. It's kind of like a slow transition out. Like when I was a kid, I was like deep into it. It's like kind of embarrassing. I was in a parade once with my church group, and like the theme for our group was like dress for your dream job. And my dorky ass was dressed up as a Mormon missionary, you know?
Oh, no.
I
Yeah.
took deep into it.
Yeah.
hell of a
Yeah.
Poor
job,
little baby,
though.
though. You didn't know no better.
And you get to travel. I mean, missionary, if I'm Mormon, the missionary part's the part that rips, I think.
Missionary sex?
No. They're allowed to have all the sex as long as they're married. Any kind of sex they want.
Okay.
Well, not gay.
It's
sex,
all straight. No, if you do it
if it's straight.
this Father's Day, remember, if you do it with a woman, it's all straight.
So
Do whatever you want in the bedroom now.
anyways,
yeah,
you're just
sorry.
I just because I talked about this on the show with Brett last week, and I think I've even talked about it on Holy Boys a few times. It's like you come up in a house that's religious. I think you're going to make the decision to be religious. If it were up, like
You know that's coming.
yeah, I think that like if your parents are part of a church, especially like Mormon, like Christian is like whatever, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody-
even think that's like
Yeah.
I don't believe in that whole like everybody's a Christian, they don't go to church. Like my fucking father-in-law and my dad are like, yeah, we're Christian. It's like, when's the last time you went to church? Fucking 30 years ago.
Yeah.
One time when somebody made me.
Your Uncle Pat one time got me kicked out for smoking too many doobies, and I never fucking went back.
Yeah. So I wonder, because I do totally fucking understand like this thing that's been ubiquitous in my life since I was born.
Yeah.
I'm
Everybody's
gonna
making a
fucking
big
do it.
nonsense about it. People are like fucking worried about it and like orienting themselves around it.
Yeah, so I understand why you did it. I'm curious of like, so I've said this before. I cannot imagine that the retention rate, at least these days, for people that make it past 18, like I have to think it's like fucking 5% stay in the church, you know? Like it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's god awful. Like me personally, I would say I was kind of not interested anymore pretty solidly after 10th grade. In Utah and like other parts of like the Intermountain West, there's this thing called seminary. So like you get like a free period out of class, and you basically take like a church class that's on a building like just slightly off campus. That starts in 9th grade. I didn't want to go. My mom and my stepdad forced me to go in 10th grade. And like, I feel like any lingering things like that I felt towards the church were kind of killed then, because like I was just sitting there in a class, like I would literally rather be in my algebra class in seminary, you know?
Yeah.
And like a lot of the people in my class were decent people, but they're like, I just did not want to grow up and like have the same type of life that like all these people were talking about. It's like, oh, I want to raise like a heavenly like Mormon family, and I want to like grow and like repopulate the earth like under like God and all that. And like going back to like keeping people in the church thing, it's actually really awful. Like one of the things that they're doing right now is if you pay attention to where they're building all the new temples, like you would think like logically it'd be like, oh, maybe somewhere where there's Mormons and they have to travel like 2 days to get to the nearest temple. But like a lot of the temples are being built out west as kind of like a hostage situation to try and get people to stay in the church. Because like if you drive by and you see a temple, like 3 temples on your way to work, you're going to like feel guilty and shit. And to even go to the temple, you have to like keep up on paying your tithing and shit. So it's kind of like this whole thing to where they're desperately trying to hold on to everybody that they can, because I don't really know what direction the church is going to go. Honestly,
It's like finger hut catalogs.
streams of thought. Yeah. Like some people think they'll become like less unique because like Mormons are fucking weird. Like, let's just say that. We all know that. Mormons are fucking weird. So a lot of people think the church is either going to like try and get more mainstream to like maybe get more people in.
Sure.
But I'm personally of the school of thought that like over the next little bit, they're just going to double down on that shit. So like they have a deep lock on any of the people that still bother to go.
Right. I was on the, it's funny you bring that up because I was on the Reddit page for the Church of Latter-day Saints like 2 weeks ago. Reading
As you
it.
do.
Huh?
It's a normal
I
thing
told
to
you,
do.
man, I'm obsessed. So now my daughter's watching all the Mormon stuff because
Oh,
the
no.
people at her school are like, hey, you watch this Mormon stuff?
I love you regardless.
And
which choices become.
so they on the LDS Reddit page, they were talking about like, they were having this like big conversation about like, should we go more radical and conservative, or should we try to, liberal this thing up and sort of make the church more appealing to young people? And I gotta tell you, dude, not popular. The liberal up was not a popular choice on the LDS.
Buckle down.
Yeah, we're gonna be more
That
more
old time
wild.
shit.
Yeah,
That old time religion.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's so wild. Well, me and Brett be crapped, so we got to get through these calls this week. But
we want to need more Mormon updates because Brian keeps telling me about TV shows. I don't talk to Mormons. I talk to him about TV shows.
yeah, please call back, and Brett will make a note on you if you call back next week, and we'll just take your call right away. Okay?
Yeah, I know Beans. Beans ate the damn hot dogs
All
for
right.
us.
Thank you, Beans.
Yeah,
Peace.
y'all have a good night.
You too. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
All right. 2 calls. We got to do it.
All right. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who we talking to tonight?
Hello. I'll be pretty quick.
Okay. We only got just popcorn, shrimp, hush puppies, and like a quarter basket of fries left is all we got.
Okay. All right. What's going on?
Sounds good. But so I was driving home from I was listening to the episode from Wednesday, and I literally stopped and paused to call because you were talking about MLMs for men.
Yes.
And I just got really hung up because are you familiar with the epidemiological abbreviation MSM?
No, I'm not.
It stands for men who have sex. It stands for men who have sex with men, and it's used to talk. It was used during like specifically the HIV/AIDS crisis to deal with, like some men won't identify as gay, some men are gay but don't actually have sex. To try to capture like the actual act in which disease could be, spread, and the idea of MLM for men. The whole time I was just like, men who love men who I just got like so stuck on this like thought of you were talking about like deodorant and stuff like that, and I was like, no, it's just like it really like if you're not careful with it, you're gonna get into like all of the conservative hoopla about like groomers.
Yeah, no.
Or about the the James Dobson, like men are gonna masturbate in a group, and then suddenly everyone's gonna be gay.
Yeah, you got to stay away from doing it in the group. That's what I learned from James Dobson. Do not jerk off in the room with another person of the same sex, or you'll turn gay.
Okay.
That's what he.
But
believed.
anything else goes.
No.
You can let your lady rip. That's what I like about the new thing is that like, for them it's like it just has to be with a woman. Like trans women are women. All women are women to me. So whatever they do, it's straight as hell. If they can put both arms in my ass, it's like fine. That's straight.
Well, I'll be better at describing multi-level marketing next time. I do that every time because it's also MLM is communism. Marxist, Leninist, Maoist or something. And me and you were just sitting over here talking about Avon. Like, basically. That's what we were trying to figure out. Like,
it exists. It's just most things that make money are just catered to men is the problem.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah. But that was it. Just that you talking about MLMs for men, and I just got like really hung up on that men who have sex with men is a phrase, and MSM is close enough, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm losing my mind as I'm driving on the highway. So figured I would call. Hope you have a great rest of your night and this last call.
You too. Peace.
We got one more.
What? Well, I know. We got one last call, right? One
Last call.
All right, last call, baby.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm calling in to talk a little bit about the energy grid because I work in energy. The Midwest didn't buy enough energy this year for the summer. And because of that, it looks like this is going to be like a nasty year for blackouts. So specifically like Tuesday and Wednesday of this week are looking pretty bad. So I just wanted to give everyone a heads up to like remember to know what you're going to do if there's a blackout during a heat wave, know where your local cooling centers are, be ready to go get like the vulnerable and the elderly to cooling centers if you need to. Like the grid is just a mess right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad last week. So, and it's going to be hot again starting tomorrow. So,
I
haven't. Everyone was really worried last week, but this week is looking way worse.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it much, but it just seems like some bullshit ass bad deal that didn't plan for the future and traded in all the money 10 years ago. They cashed out.
Yeah,
for the
AEP.
future. That's everything.
Yeah, it's privatized and you got to make money. And if it doesn't make money, it's not worth doing.
Right.
So upgrading the grid doesn't make money. You know,
right?
It costs money. They don't like that.
We can pay to fix it. Whenever it goes down, we'll just spot fix it and pay along the way.
It's like when
instead of having like a real utilities provided that we all want and that we don't need these people competing for. You know,
it's like when you don't want to fix your car. You know
right,
what I
like
mean?
we were talking about earlier
That's
in the fucking show.
Laptop, the fucking
yes,
laptop.
all of it.
They handle it like I handled that laptop. Hey, we just get another fan. Just put another fan under there because the grid is fucked. You can tell.
They said I gotta go to work, or they said I gotta drive to work, or they said I gotta use this computer for work, or I gotta do something for work. You people take fucking care of that.
Yeah.
That's on your dime. I'm the end user. I just make the money for you to pay me to do this.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this because I didn't say it on a show last week either. This pisses me off real bad because like at AEP, the power company here, if you can't get your money back from them. We did get somebody that said... Somebody did say you can make claims. There's like a claim website.
Who's got enough money in court to get money out of
AEP?
AEP?
It's not a court thing. You can go to their website and they have a claims page, and you can claim the money for your food that got spoiled and stuff.
That's just renter's insurance.
No. It's through the company.
Okay.
Through the electric company has a page. I don't know how to get to it. I don't know if all of them have it.
They
I
did
just
that
saw
on
somebody
purpose?
posting about it, and I said, okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. Because that's a real issue. People spend all their money on goddamn food, which is super expensive right now. And then the goddamn power goes out all day because they didn't keep the grid up.
Yeah.
You know? So,
yeah, it's a new world.
Looking at the graphs that the grid is releasing, it's fucking bonkers because they're like, this is the scenario, like everything's going to be fine. And you're looking at it and it's like, this is the like low scenario where nothing goes wrong. And it's showing like the energy cost is like at the top of the bar graph, right about to go over the edge. And if you look just like the next over, like the possible bad scenario, it's like, oh, so the demand is like well beyond what is possibly being delivered in these wires.
For
like,
sure, yeah. Well, yeah, you're also right about that. Like people don't think about I don't know.
I never thought none of this was stable. I just believe I know enough people to stay around.
I mean, I feel like I always have weirdly, and you know, obviously I don't trust the government, but or any corporations, but I do trust.
Everything's a racist sham.
Well, it's like I've said this on the show before, but like when 9/11 happened and missiles didn't come out by the Pentagon and shoot the airplane. Mm-hmm. That was the day where people should have been like, oh, all this shit they talk about saying is good. None of it exists. Yeah. None of it's real. My teacher told me about those missiles when I was in high school.
Yeah.
When I was in 8th grade, we went to DC and my fucking teacher, the person that was trying to teach me history and stuff, was like, there's missiles in the ground by the Pentagon. If anything gets close to it, they'll shoot it out of the air. And that's not there. It's not a thing that happens. And it's the same thing
It was a lie the whole time.
We all think that we'll always be able to flip a switch and a light's going to come on in the room. I think that. And you know, every year I'm increasingly more convinced that there might be a time where if I flip the switch, the lights aren't going to come on in the room.
You can already see the fossil fuel industry is preemptively sending out news bulletins being like, by the way, just so you know, if the power goes out, it's because they didn't put enough into fossil fuels and you should heavily consider putting in more coal power plants. They're already seeding the narrative to go in that direction. And because this stuff isn't being talked about more broadly, people aren't developing that intellectual immune system to realize that's not actually what the fuck is going on. And everyone's just going to be like, I don't want the power to go out again. And they're going to invest in more fossil fuel plants.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, all that, because you see him saying, hey, you know, quit using your air conditioning so much. And this is the first time in my life where they've ever said quit using the air conditioning so much. Yeah. I never heard the actual companies that supply the power say, hey, you can't trust this shit. You know that.
Yeah, but I think I think it's the central issue of a lot of this, and the whole thing is it's all patriarchal in design. All this conservative ass ways of doing things is just this is the way it is, and we have to do things this way. You know, there's no acknowledgement, there's no acceptance of maybe we made a mistake ever. You know, there's no sidestepping into saying we can do a more sustainable future and reuse shit. That's just that doesn't look good on paper, and that doesn't give us the numbers we need.
It sucks, you know. It means you can't eat off of paper plates all the time because they take up space, and then you're like, well, that means I got to do the dishes, and then that makes it all shitty. So they don't want to tell you that that's actually what you have to do. Yeah, nobody wants to tell you you have to do. You know, you got to do the right thing. And then they're just like, nah, you don't have to. You can use all the air conditioning you want. And then when it's 90 degrees outside, they're like, hey, man, you think you could use a little less air conditioning? You're like, when did you think I was going to fucking use it?
Yeah, now's the time.
But air conditioning for individuals is actually not we don't talk about it a lot. Air conditioning is a life-saving technology for individuals. Sure. It's more just empty Walmarts do not need to be full of air conditioning when no one is in them. And somehow it's no, it is necessary. We have maximum air-conditioned Walmarts at all time.
Yeah, or you don't need to if you're some store that's on the main drag in the hip neighborhood, you don't need to crank your air conditioning up and have the front door open so people walking by get hit with the air conditioning and then want to come in. You don't have to do that. People will come in your store if they want to come in your store. You know, nobody sees a door that's shut on a store and says, oh, they must be closed because opened places have the doors open.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be toxically masculine and say that I did not mind the air going out. I slept okay. Everybody else complained.
I would die. I would fucking absolutely 100% die.
Give me another 80 degrees of slumber.
Yeah, no, I would never fall asleep. I would never. It wouldn't work. Well, thank you. Is there anywhere where
I'm sorry.
Is there anywhere where people can go to find you, or do you have any resources people should check out for this?
I would honestly, I don't have a lot of good resources, and I try to stay low key online. I would say look up your local. It's called a grid operator. So they're grid operators in different areas. If you look up your local grid operator, they'll give emergency alerts, and they'll be alerted way before it reaches the news media, because that's the industry level thing. So people can take a look there and be like, is this a scary looking day?
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah. Glad to have you. Appreciate
Have a nice night, Charlie. We're going to go home on Father's Day.
Yeah. I mean, I've been honestly, I've been getting comfortable with desert life as much as I can because I'm just not gonna worry about air conditioning being a weather or not if I'm a good day or bad day, because it's not guaranteed anymore.
It isn't. You're right.
There's no guarantee in life. You have to make do when it's 82 in the house.
No, you don't.
I fucking did. My kid got out of there early though, because I was saying about I was trying to be a shit about the Father's Day thing earlier, but my kid was with me for 3 weeks in a row, just being single parent lifestyle, which is so crazy fucking hard. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I got lost.
Totally fine. We out of here, man. We're done. We took all the calls. Now we get to go home and luxuriate in the air condition. Well, I get to
Yeah.
go lay in air conditioning.
I also wasn't trying to be anti-Semitic by just saying random Jewish people's names earlier in the show. I was like, yeah. Someone mentioned in the chat, and I felt stupid when I said it, but I was like, my brain was not working properly.
Yeah,
I was peeking.
I didn't even think that.
I didn't mean to be anti-Semitic.
Well, yeah, Brett's not anti-Semitic.
I'm not, I promise.
All right.
Patreon.com, Street Fight Radio. Peace.
Oh, I gotta stop it.